Alright, welcome. We are going to be starting a new Civ 4 game today. This is a game that I'm calling Book of Kells, Religious Celts. It was requested by a number of people to do a religious themed game, and that's what I'm going to do. So, why the Celts? Well, I can explain this by going in the Civilopedia. First reason is that they are one of the civs that starts with mysticism. So, we're going to try to found an early religion that is non optimal when you're playing on high difficulty. But we'll just run this on Emperor, so it won't be super high difficulty. But I wanted a Civ that starts with mysticism. And then I am not taking Boudica. She doesn't really fit that well with a religious themed game. I'm taking Brennus. Spiritual is perfect for a religious themed game. You get the cheap temples, and you also get to flip civics a lot, which I will try to be doing. If you are taking spiritual as a trait, you really do want to take advantage of the lack of anarchy. Charismatic is not all that significant, but maybe we'll get some use out of it. We'll see. Charismatic is one of the weaker traits in Civ 4, but mostly I wanted spiritual, and I wanted someone who started with mysticism. So that was the logic there. Alright, so as far as setting this up, let's go ahead and grab Brennus. So Emperor difficulty. I'm going to be running this on a global Highlands map. This is a really cool script if you haven't seen it before. It can create it does a lot of stuff with really interesting peak formations. So I'm going to run this, I'm going to run it on a standard size map because that allows for more diplomacy. I actually would like to potentially get a diplomatic victory. That I would kind of enjoy getting that if possible, but we'll see what happens. So you do get some options here. I am going to take I wrote this down ahead of time, I'm just looking here. So clustered, and then thin peaks, and the massive continents is the setup. Massive continents gives you one or two continents. It'll be either one or two. And like I said, with 6 AIs, we should have the possibility of doing more stuff with diplomacy, and I would really like to go for a diplomatic victory, but we'll see what happens. No, I mean a real diplomatic victory with the UN, not with the Apostolic Palace. The AP victory is a cheese option, but I am going to try to build the Apostolic Palace. As far as other options go, Barbarian, I could turn Barbarians off, but we'll leave them on for the early game. Choose Religion is on, no tech trading, no tech brokering, no vassal states, no tribal villages, no random events. So let's go ahead and get started. So one thing you will note is the Apostolic Palace is in fact enabled for this game, and that's because I'm running, I am back to running the default version of Civ 4 here, and not running the version that has the Apostolic Palace disabled, because for a religious game, I actually do want to build the AP and get advantage of the bonus production. If I have a choice, I will probably take Christianity. Interesting starting position, I'm on the coast. So the way you can tell that the AP is enabled is if you look here at theology tech, you can see the AP is present instead of missing, as it is when we do AI Survivor. All right, so let's see what we've got here. So I think we should move down a tile to get the Plains Hill plant. It would still capture both of these. Oh, and there's a sheep there too. Wow, this is a very mountainous start here. Choose religions is checked. Now, if I don't get a religion, if I don't get one of the first two, I'm probably going to restart with the different stuff. So we need a name for our capital. We're not going to go with the default of Brabracht. So I will go ahead and so we seem to be in the mountains here. A lot of food and a lot of production, but not great commerce potential. I like Animal Farm the most out of these suggestions because we've got the multiple pig resources here. So yeah, I'm going to go for an initial. So this is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to seeing. So I'm going to go for an initial religion. I'm hopeful that I can pick this up. I am not going to build an initial worker, because if I build the worker, there's nothing for the worker to do. I will need to research animal husbandry before the worker can do anything. So we're going to open with a warrior build, which is not the worst thing because we don't start with, we don't actually start with a unit that can actually fight. So this is, now if the AI ends up founding this religion, I will just restart because it'll be kind of sad if I have no religion and I've sunk in all my early research into a religion that I don't get. Why polytheism? Number one, because the AI does have a preference for going for meditation, because it's a little bit cheaper. Polytheism is much more useful because it leads to priesthood with our cheap spiritual temples, and also to organized religion, which we would 100% want to make use of. And with that, we're off, and we're just hoping that this religion doesn't get swiped in the early turns. So you see this weird peak formation. It also looks like we're in the northern hemisphere, because there's tundra up here. There are no huts to be had, because I have turned them off. Alright, well, fish and silver. That'll make for a decent city. We would probably want to put a city right here to share some of this food. And then a third city could go up here, but let's explore a little bit more before anything else happens. So again, I can build a worker in 12 turns, but there's literally nothing that a worker can do. We also could make a play for Stonehenge. Sinking production into Stonehenge? It would be an amazing wonder because I'm charismatic. Do I want to just sink some production into this? It's not an expensive wonder. That's true. Could also get fail gold even if I'm not successful. Alright. But I would actually like to build that because that would help. That would pop orders. And, wow, this is a strange layout. This tends to be a mountainous map, but there's more hills than I was expecting right here. Alright, so that's just tundra. Let's loop south. That'll be the edge of the map up there. And we're obviously on the west coast of whatever this map is. Boy, not having the worker to improve these resources does hurt, but so how many turns does it take to research animal husbandry? 13, so I should start researching animal husbandry or start building a worker right when it's that many turns to finish the tech. Sadly, having a scout is not really helping me thus far because it can still only move one tile per turn. Oh, well, we found someone. Augustus Caesar. At least he doesn't start with mysticism. I hope he's not that close. Haven't spotted his borders yet, so that's something. Barbarians are turned on, by the way. Oh, there we go. There's some tiles that are not peaks. Yeah, see, the whole map is not hills like this. It's just, I happened apparently to roll an area that was very heavy on hills. Actual flatland tiles, yeah, seriously. Alright, well, just need to survive one more turn. And then we're guaranteed to get the religion. So the worker build is 10 turns, so we can continue dumping a little bit more production into Stonehenge. There's actually quite a few happiness research. So we're now guaranteed to get, oh, nice, that will make for a nice city. That wheat resource is important information to have. I need to figure out how far away Augustus is, because that'll determine how where I want to put my second city.
Not at all similar are the race of the immortal gods.
All right. So as I said, we will take Christianity just for Celts, because to fit with our Book of Kells theme. All right. Animal husbandry is next. And I'll just avoid converting, just in case I run into someone who has a different religion, because it doesn't actually, well, it would give me +1 happiness, but I'm nowhere close to the happiness limit right now. Alright, so this will help, this will push out our, and it looks like somebody grabbed the, meditation religion on the same turn. So that one's now gone. You can tell because if I hover the religion, it doesn't have the little icon that means there's a religion there. Anyway, animal husbandry is obviously the next tech. And this warrior needs to stay in the area around the capital because we should be seeing barbarians pop up. I think the reason why I haven't seen them is Augustus has probably cleared out the immediate barbarians. The extra border pop from having Holy City culture is going to be nice, though. That'll give us more vision and make it less likely that barbs will pop up. All right, now meanwhile, you are going to need to go find where Augustus is located. So I should swip over next turn, so the worker pops out one turn before animal husbandry finishes, spends a tile moving on to the pigs, and then can start pasturing. Yeah, I think you... am I personally religious? No, but that's our goal for this game. Oh, look at that. It's a cow over there. Alright, so we currently have about a third of Stonehenge done. Yeah, it's not an expensive wonder. So we're going to do the worker now. And yeah, it should finish. It sucks having a worker that slow. Oh, Freddy's out here too. Another person who likes building wonders. But the good news is neither of them start with mysticism, so they might be slower to start on that wonder. Oh, there's some nice terrain over here. I'm going to have to push settlers in this direction for sure. Like, I definitely would want to make sure I grab this, because like this area up here, I'm not worried about the AI settling. Not in the immediate future. Have to find out where they are. For the time being, let's continue putting our espionage points on Augustus. Then when we get bar graphs with him, we'll put them on Frederick. These are very peaceful AI leaders, though, so that's a plus. Oh, and the land ends here, apparently. Or rather, there's... So there's a section that goes off to the east, and then there's a section that goes off to the south. Should have changed to the 3 hammer tiles. Well, I did want to be putting... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that would have made sense to do, because I'm gonna be overflowing in food as soon as the worker's done. As soon as the pasture's done. Yeah, I could have traded some of this food for more production. Oh well. I agree that that probably would have been the better call. This warrior's just staying close to the capital to move back in for defense as needed. Yeah, I don't have a lot to do right now. So I'm glad I haven't spotted... Oh, so that's where Rome is located. Okay. I was going to say I'm glad we haven't spotted their borders yet, but Augustus is there, so... Priority will be settling this area in here. But first settler might end up going on this tile, just because it can borrow the pigs, and it would be another very strong production city. It'll depend on how quickly I can get these out. Because like I definitely want a city here, and probably here. But I do not have agriculture yet. So like... Yeah, not having agriculture means I wouldn't be able to use those resources. I also really would like to get bronze working. At the very least, I need to get mining so I can mine some of these hill tiles for more improved tiles. And I want to get bronze working too. So I'll really have to think about whether I push for bronze working next or go agriculture. Settling this spot would allow me to skip agriculture slightly longer, so that could be a good call. But I also want to lock down this territory as quickly as possible. So I probably do need to push settlers east first. Well, like putting a city here would be a decent claim. With Stonehenge, the borders would pop quickly too. Like I said, if I get this and this, like they're not ideal from a development perspective, but they are good from a make sure you get the land and the AI doesn't perspective. Because I would prefer to play a more peaceful game. I'd like to make allies with religion. That's kind of the theme of this game. And I do have barbarians on in this game, don't I? Because I haven't seen any of them yet. Like, it doesn't say no barbarians. Maybe the AI scouts have just really been clearing them out. Oh well, I mean, I'm happy with not spotting them. So I have good production, but my commerce is pretty atrocious here. Okay. We may be able to spot the center tile of Augustus's capital from that spot. Also, let's switch our espionage points over. Should have enough to get. Well, I guess we can barely see the demos with him. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I mean, I'm going to be outspent on the demos. Oh, never mind. There's a wolf. I should win against that wolf. Should you just stay there for the time being? I want this warrior to be like close enough to move up here, and I will need to get more warriors out soon. That is the problem with doing Stonehenge instead of building more warriors. Thanks for subscribing, Darkuno. Wow, 14 months. That's a lot. Alright. That was not enough to get a promotion. I'm going to move this guy onto the superior defensive tile and then heal there. This is Emperor, correct? I don't know if I have a free win against a Barb Animal or not on Emperor. So Rome is a Plains Cow. Rome doesn't start with techs that unlock Rome stuff doesn't unlock quickly. Those starting techs don't line up with animal husbandry very well. Alright, so this is nice, getting the border pop. Just because it means we get a lot more visibility. And now it's going to be harder for barbarians to interfere. Like, I've just got more safety. I guess they can spawn on these tiles. But hopefully... I'm just trying to keep this guy in range. I'm sure they have more resources than that. I'm just saying out of the resource I can see, it's going to take a while for them to hook that up. And I suspect Frederick's down here, as a guess. Alright. Now that that's done... how risky do I want to be here, as far as pushing for Stonehenge versus doing the more responsible stuff? I'm going to be greedy and push for Stonehenge instead of building more warriors. If things go horribly wrong, I guess I can always restart. But yeah, I'm going to be greedy here. Not even pushing growth. Because I don't think there's much point in building a settler until after I finish this.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. And we're going to go for bronze working, because I can always connect this, even if I plant this city. We'll go for, what's this at? 0.9 health. We'll let it heal up to full. Oh, it looks like there's water over there. So Freddy has bronze working. That will give me a very small known tech bonus with him, although probably not enough to be significant. Also, Augustus has already invested enough espionage points to deny me visibility there. Oh, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to see his capital. Okay, let's pull the scout back. Oh, hello. Well, with the forest bonus and the across the river bonus, I should win that. Okay. Why don't you move back into my territory to heal? Alright, so he finished slavery. And double scouts on that tile. Okay. Alright, so do I want to swap to the settler here? No, let's do the settler once I have both resource tiles improved. I'll hold off until I have both resources done. This is going to be a very slow second city. This has been a poor opening from a development standpoint. I'm just hoping that Augustus will send his first settler not to this resource cluster here.
It's true Rome only has one path to expand and it's towards me. That is true. Could also go up here, though. Don't forget, once I get bronze working, I'll be able to get settlers out much faster, too. Or once I get, yes, slavery for bronze working. But I've slowed down significantly to invest in religion here. Also, I'll be size 3. I can build the settler when I'm size 3, and that does help a little bit, too. Alright, so we finished defogging that north. Now I can send the scout down towards the south. And the warrior will be full health, too, so the warrior can go in this direction, too. At least I haven't lost a unit yet. Yeah, very poor commerce capital is true. Very poor. That's why we definitely want to get to this river valley if we can. Trying to see if I could get his city list. Alright, he has not planted a second city yet. Frederick has not planted a second city yet either.
The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones.
Of course, I haven't even started a settler yet at this point. Alright, so I hopefully will win that battle. I've got the forest bonus and the 100% versus animals, so hopefully I'll win this and then get woodsman promotion. So let that finish. So this will work these tiles, and now we start the settler next turn. Stonehenge is already almost done. There we go. Alright. Take woodsman, heal. Have bar graphs on both of them next turn. Alright, so get down here. Can also finish Stonehenge in 4 turns, but we really need the settler. I'm probably going to build this settler, then grow to size 4 and double whip another settler. I'll be behind on workers, but I feel like I can make up the worker labor later, whereas this land is very contested. Actually, I think I'm just going to have you chill there for right now. Also, moving 1 tile per turn towards these resources is a little painful. No, I much prefer woodsmen for the scouts, just because it gives them the bigger defensive bone. You're much more likely to end your turn on a... Well, like, you want to stick to the forest tiles because they give a bigger defensive bonus, so it's better to stick to forest tiles than to stick to hill tiles, if that makes sense. And fortunately, there's just a wolf here. And it looks like Rome's already settled. But the good news is he settled on this tile here. So he has not invalidated my... He settled on this tile here. So I can still settle this X and even potentially look to flip that city. Because if I have Stonehenge and religion, I'm going to have a lot of culture. So I think that's the play. Settle that, settle that. And if he gets angry, then, well, we'll just deal with that down the road. Okay. So we should be able to see both bar graphs right now. Let's just take a quick peek. GNP, there's not much there yet. Production. Wow, Freddy is way ahead in food. Power, of course, they're ahead. That means he must have settled another city. No, actually, that's all from one city. Huh. How's he getting that much food from one city? That's an insane amount of food from one city. Anyway. So yeah, build the settler, finish Stonehenge. Well, finish Stonehenge while growing to size 4, then we'll double whip the second settler here, and then we'll rush out some warriors to defend them. And hopefully with Stonehenge plus religion, we can flip the borders and control that area. Hopefully I'll win this combat too. I mean, I should. The wolves are only strength 1. And that's the reason why I keep pausing to heal my unit, which is you never know. I really would like to get visibility on this city's center tile, but I don't have that just yet. All right, so again, a slow opening, a very slow opening. This is honestly in the realm of like variant stuff. This is not what I would recommend if you're seriously trying to win on high difficulty. All right, we should be able to even out the spending on them in a turn or two. Also, what does this worker do after I finish the pasture? Well, I think the worker will come over here and improve that tile. Or no, I can mine some tiles. I should chop and mine tiles at the capital. I can't chop yet, but I could mine this tile, and I think that's probably the way to go. Unfortunately, I can't build roads, which would be awfully nice. But at least the barbarian spawns have not been too bad yet. Okay. There we go. We do get +1 commerce from this tile. So now we've got tons of food. This is going to be an amazing capital for production purposes. Like, this is a great heroic epic city. But it's not very good for commerce. So it's even a game where you could consider moving the capital later. Like, this could be a place to move the capital maybe someday. It's a little low on food, though. I don't know. Alright, so you now finally have healed. Let's move you to the south. And let's even out that espionage spending so that you both are getting 2 per turn. Because I can't chop yet. Wouldn't I consider 1 tile south? No, I would not, because, hold on. Yeah, actually, you're right. If I land Stonehenge, it should be 1 tile south. You're correct, because then it would be coastal, and it would still grab this anyway. Although, hold on. Yeah, you're right. If we get Stonehenge, we should put it 1 south. 1 tile south, you're correct. Actually, now that you're heading this way. Alright, settler. Or no, this is the worker. Can't get there very fast, can we? Well. Stonehenge in 4. Growth in 2. Oh, I need a warrior for happiness. Actually, I should convert to my religion right now for that extra point of happiness. Just so I get another happy face there. Alright, let's see what's down to the south then. And yeah, like I said, we're going to double whip a settler for this spot. We'll be finishing the settlers before we even have defenders for them, much less workers, but whatever. Trying to make sure that there's nothing here to snipe this settler. Well, hopefully we'll win. If we win this, we get Woodsman 2 promotion. If we don't, our scouting will be set way back. Alright, 2 turns for Stonehenge. Let's actually finish that right now. So we are now guaranteed to get the wonder because we win tie breaks. Nice. That means we can move this down to... Oops. What was it here? Yeah. Alright, now cross your finger for the scout winning this. It's like 50-50. Nice. That gets us the 2nd promotion. A banner turn 47. The scout wins a 50-50, and Stonehenge finishes. And now the scout has Woodsman too. So as a charismatic civ, Stonehenge is especially good because free monument, you get +1 happiness with, and we need, first we need a warrior, I think. Although, no. I want the settler first. We can always add a warrior afterwards. Anyway, so charismatic. I'll just highlight it again. Charismatic gets a base +1 happiness per city, and then it gets another +1 from a monument. So getting a free monument in every city is just amazing. All right. Just making sure that there's no wolf on that tile. All right, so let's heal. And you'll fog bust for us while you're healing, so it's not like that's a waste or anything. And yes, we're going to double whip this. Let's see. Yes, we'll double whip this and overflow into, I don't know, something. I actually want minimal overflow on this. So as soon as I get, let's see, so I can double whip for 60. We'll do 16, 16, and 16. Yeah, 16, 16, 16, I think works. Double whip, we'll get some overflow. It'll work like a charm. This is probably not a pyramids game. This is probably now that I've set back my initial growth curve with silly stuff, now we need to really push growth ASAP. That's probably what this game is. All right, there we go. And next up, I really need to get I need to get wheel and agriculture. I really need workers badly. This city might just build a worker, although it's pretty suboptimal. Build a worker at size 1, but I might have to do it anyway because I'm lacking in worker labor so badly. A strange opening sequence of turns. All right. Oh, by the way, we need a name for this city, you guys. I forgot we need a name. Please do not become Bismarck and put off wheel. Ve Victus, that's a good suggestion because it's right by Rome. Beef burrito is pretty good too, but I'll go with the more formal name. You did select Dune. Let's use this for the next city then. Just remind me when we get there. Yeah, I hate to do the worker at size 1, but I just need worker labor too badly, even though it's suboptimal. I think the other options are even worse. All right. Fortunately, Augustus is a pretty peaceful dude. Once we get to writing, we can open borders and send our religion over to him too. Plus, there's a good chance it'll spread naturally. I don't want it in this city because I want to win the cultural battle here. It's not super important because, like, if I lose the culture battle, well, it's super important that I control the corn tile. Not as important if I control this, although obviously it's much better. All right, now the next question is, what is the most important thing the worker can do? Probably to chop and mine another tile, honestly. I think chopping and mining this tile is the next useful thing to do. I would really like to build a road. You know what? I'm probably going to research wheel before agriculture because I really want to get a road through these hills. It is so slow moving through here right now. I really need to get a road to connect this together. Okay, so we've got 33 in this right now, so I need one more turn, and then I can double whip the settler after bronze working's done. Or yeah, I need to lock down this spot. Once I have this spot locked down, I'm okay for the time being, but I can't let Rome take this. By the way, we now have the ability to do the full globe map, so you can see our little corner of the world here. Well, there might be territory beyond Rome in this direction. I was thinking that this was like a dead end, but I think there's more territory in this direction. Also, the scout will be able to head out shortly. Beef burrito. Anyway, so this city has a really nice happiness cap, and it'll pop borders automatically. Oh. Well, we'll finish bronze working, and then... Oh yeah, now we have to start worrying about commerce, don't we?
Oh. For a young man killed in battle to lie mangled by the bronze spear.
Well,
In
now
his
I know
death,
why Rome
all
picked this
things
spot.
come to a finish.
Because that's where the iron is, or the copper is. There is copper up here, but that's a long way up there. Anyway, so let's grab this. Our city regrows at an insane rate, so we don't have to worry too much about happiness. I'll put that chop into a worker. Like the turn the chop finishes, I'll dump it into a worker. And as I said, I actually want wheel. Yeah, no horses. No, another Sullla game with no resources. This is becoming a theme. So yeah, I mean, maybe we can get to that copper before Rome. It's not going to be a high priority for them. I'm not going to reach out my neck to get a city there initially, but like maybe we can push in that direction. Let's see down here. Now that we've got an immediate view of the vicinity, let's look at some of the territory in this area. So we definitely want this city next. Let's see. I mean, there's a few tiles here that get wasted, but they're not high quality tiles, so that's fine. I could move it a tile west, but does that actually help things? No, because I do want to get these incenses for post-calendar, so I think that's the right spot for that city. Down here, we would like to be able to borrow the sheep, because otherwise this is a useless city. Or otherwise this terrain is useless, there's not enough food, so there's probably want a city here to be able to use the sheep for food. I don't know if the terrain is strong enough to support another city in this area. Like I said, we definitely want a city here too. And then if that's the case, then the obvious spot for a city is right here. It's still on the coast. It gets the Plains Heal bonus. It gets all the resources in first string tiles. Now we get to be pretend creative because we've got Stonehenge. And then over here is too far away to be anything more than speculative right now. Roma's neighbor means there'll be iron. Yeah. Alright, so we got the settler done. Use the overflow for 1 warrior, probably for 2 warriors, honestly. Although I think next turn we go into a worker. So yeah, we pretty much just run straight to the west or straight to the east at this point. There's not really a way to speed up the movement of this unit. And then that warrior will follow behind. But I need to make sure that there's no barbs here. Alright, scout's just about done healing. So as I said, this turn we're gonna finish the chop this turn, so we'll put that into the worker, and then we'll go back to growing. Oh hey, there's a fish down here. All right, well, that means that we've got another city spot right here. Grab that fish, and then also use the lines. This might be a high priority to settle to lock down this area from potential Frederick settling. Alright, so that chop means the worker will finish in 3 turns. Wait, is that a barb archer? Oh no, that's not good at all. Oh, that's not good. Oh no. Hopefully they'll stay out of my borders for right now. That means I'm gonna have to go for archery soon. Oh wait, no, I have a settler walking unescorted in this direction. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. Save me, Rome! Well, maybe I can fight the unit on this tile, where I get max defensive bonus. We'll figure something out. Oh wow, he already popped... Wow, so Rome's already finished a monument in there. That means Rome will temporarily get control of this tile. So they must have prioritized finishing a monument as quickly as possible. Should I just finish the worker? I think I should. Just finish the worker here. Unfortunately, I can't build a road over there just yet. barbarians ruin everything. Alright. Well, it has that barb archer has to be somewhere around here. Okay, I'm not moving a tile forward because I think that the barb archer is like right here, so I'm not moving a tile forward. We'll let the wow, there's some nice stuff down here. Oh, there's a German city right there? I couldn't even see their borders. Oh, apparently their borders are right here. Okay. So next city needs to come here to lock them out of this. Lock them out of getting any further south. Or further north, excuse me. Right now it's the barbarians, though, that are causing problems. Yeah, I'm kind of limited right now by lack of technology. Really need to get more development in that regard. So we have found Germany, yeah, down here, as suspected. Alright, need more warriors. Might need potentially a lot of warriors. Let's move you. I really want these workers to combine on building Alright, there's the barb archer. Okay. Move you here. Hopefully we can win this, because this would be across a river with max defensive bonus. So hopefully we can win that. And then I'll have you here ready to protect that settler. Okay, so I guess we're not going to move any further in this direction. So I guess we need to loop around and head to see what's over here. At least not until open borders deals are in play. So Augustus is out to 3 cities, and Freddy's out to 3 cities. That's not a surprise. I mean, we've got our settler out. Such a poor commerce start in this game, especially compared to the last one. So let's hope we win this battle. Again, I've basically gotten the maximum bonuses possible I can get. Unfortunately, it looks like we lost it. Oh no, we won it! Nice! What were the odds there? Someone's already built Great Wall. So the odds for us to win were about 75%. Nice. Alright, well, so far so good. Looks we have managed to settle the spots we wanted. Commerce still stinks, and will stink for the foreseeable future. But we've gotten the river valley here. And I need to get agriculture next after this. Like, these 2 workers can build roads through here. I do not want to build Temple of Artemis. That's not very useful at all. I guess we'll just get out some more warriors for the time being. I probably also need to prioritize archery because I don't have the techs for, like, there's not going to be bronze, there's not going to be any copper, there's not going to be any chariots, so I probably need archers for defense. Anyway. I'll probably put this chop into another settler. Just like the one turn it finishes, put it into the settler. I really just want to be building roads right now. But since I can't build roads, I can chop. Yeah, this is an interesting start because it's so commerce poor. I just need to grow onto these tiles now. Honestly, whipping is not even that good. I have insane production at this city. It's probably better to just let it grow onto these tiles. Now that I actually have improved tiles. I might want to save some of these forests too, because it's not like there's anything for me to chop into. Go ahead and run that. Alright, why don't you stay here in the capital, so I have an actual warrior in the capital for happiness purposes. That gives me that very nice happy cap of 8, despite having 0 happiness resources improved. And now we can use that name that was in the chat from earlier, the Celtic name. I I know it was in the chat earlier. Here it is. All right, there we go. I figured you would just put it in the chat again, but let's see if it gets the character. It does. Alrighty. Also, would be nice to get pottery so I can build cottages and granaries. My growth curve is so slow in this game. It's pretty sad. Pretty sad. I guess we'll put you on a warrior for lack of other options, because I can't do granaries yet. And I don't want you building a worker. I already did that at the other city. Sadly, this city is kind of garbage until I finish agriculture tech. Oh man, we're already break even at 20% research. Ugh, that's bad. Looks like we might need to plant this city next just so we can get the extra commerce from the silver. Ugh. Yikes. Our economy is awful. It's really bad, you guys. Like, it's taking us forever to research anything. We need a shrine to help us out with our economy. Oh, Barb Archer. Okay. Let's bring, well, I guess we have, I don't know if they're going to enter my borders just in case they do. Let's make sure that this warrior is here and prepared in case I need a second warrior for safety. Oh my god. So I was going to put this in a settler. I don't know if I can afford to settle another city though. Well, I guess we should still put the chop into it. I don't, like, I can build the settlers, but I'll just bankrupt myself. So I don't know. Like, I can't even finish researching the wheel. Playing like Boudica from AI Star with 20-turn pottery research span. I mean, it's true. These new cities are just net drains on the economy right now. Like, we got this border pop, which is nice and all that. Hey, we got one extra commerce from this tile, and we got a trade route between these cities. That is significant this early in the game, with our economy being this terrible. Like that trade route. Because once I get the wheel, I can at least build a road between these cities. I guess we're mining this tile for now. At least until wheel finishes. I'm not paying any unit costs, am I? No. I'm not paying unit costs, but wow, am I bad from a position of economy. We need wheel, and then agriculture, and then pottery. Like, that's the plan moving forward. And we need to get cottages down on some of these river tiles. It's unusual for a capital to be this commerce poor. Like, it's really bad. Okay, so that chop finished. So let's go back to the warrior. The city keeps growing. Looks like really need another warrior over here. It doesn't help either that I'm like putting these cities further away. All right, we need 2 more turns for wheel. This turn and then the next turn. 1 turn to save money and then another turn. Vivictus is working the floodplains. Good call, but it is already working that tile. Alright, so we got another warrior. Oh, the other thing that's really nice is Stonehenge also gets us our shrine down the road without having to run a priest specialist. And that's really good because priest specialists are kind of terrible. So this will give us our shrine. Also, we're going to get another border pop, which is pretty cool. Just gives us more vision. All right, so this is why I was keeping this barb unit, although looks like I might be 1 turn old. Let's hold on. should have been keeping that one tile further to the north, just in case I lose that combat. Yeah, I should have been here so that I could move into the city. That was a mistaken positioning on my part. You just want, like, I don't even know if that guy's going to move into my city, but like I want to make sure that I can get in there. So I have 2 defenders, not 1. Do I build another settler here? Or I'm just not sure my economy can support another settler right now. Alright. We'll YOLO it. Alright, now I can finally get some scouting done down here. And I think I want this spot to lock down this area. Otherwise, Freddy's likely to settle it. Although that will be another net drain on the economy, at least in the early turns. And then maybe I can go back and settle these spots, which would be better contributors, to be honest. By the way, do either of these guys have writing tech yet? Because I would love to sign open borders and start exploring their territory, but no. Settling the silver is absolutely would be worth it, because that's a 5 commerce tile, and like my entire civ right now only has 16 commerce, so would be useful. All right, so here we go. Will the borders pop before the attack comes in? No. 3 turns. Just in case the combat goes poorly. Even if we lose the first combat, we'll have another warrior in there, and then even if that warrior loses, we'll have a 3rd warrior in there. So, yeah. Again, would really like to get archery, so I could build archers, but not viable just yet. All right, so you... Actually, I think you just chill a turn here and then start roading, so I can finally get a road connection through here. Because I need agriculture next, because I settled agriculture resources. I have to connect them. Like, this worker is only going to be able to work on the road network until we can finish agriculture. No, fail gold. There's better stuff I can work on than fail gold. All right, let's see how this... Oh no, another barb archer. Oh my god. So we met another AI, Alex.
Push your shoulder through the wheel.
This is a lot of barb archers. What were the odds there on that battle? So the barb archer had about... actually, the odds were not very good for the barb archer. It only had about 1 in 3 odds to win. So we'll definitely kill this archer. And then we have another warrior coming, and another warrior that'll finish. So I should be okay here. Like, it looks bad, but I think it's not as bad as it looks like. Oh, Alex is down here. Okay. So we ran into the borders of Alex. Well, Vivictus's borders will expand and grab those tiles. They don't really have a unit. You know what? This settler's just going to have to go on this spot here, because I don't really have units to go put this settler anywhere else. We're looking at 11 turns to found another city at break even. Oh my god. That's not good. Agriculture is not an expensive tech. Our commerce is really bad. Well, it'll pick up. Attack the... No, but if I attack the archer, then this one will assuredly kill me. No, I think it's better not to. Well... You're right that it probably is better to do that, because it will promote. I'm just hoping I get a good dice roll here. Unfortunately, I can't promote this unit, so this unit will lose, and then this warrior will finish. But hopefully this archer will take a fair amount of damage. Zero hits? Oh, that's not good at all. 0 hits? Are you kidding me? We didn't get in even 1 hit on that archer. That's really bad. Well, I have not gotten good dice rolls against these archers. Oh my god. Okay, well, he did have 98% odds, but still, to get 0 hits in is pretty terrible. Well... Well, this might be a game over, folks. Because I don't have any resources here. And, well, we'll see. Because this is an auto raise. Well, you know what? I know where this settler might be heading, and that settler might be heading to Dún Bridgid. That might be where this settler's going, because this city would be auto raised if it's captured. So yeah, not good. Not good at all. But like I said, that might be where the settler's going. We'll put our espionage points into Alex. The odds, I mean, we have, okay, but the odds are not good. The odds are probably about 70% that the archer raises this city. And we did 0 damage again. That archer just straight up won every round of combat in a row. Okay. I guess that happens sometimes. Huh. Wow, okay. So this is a lot of number one, this is a lot of barb archers. That's 3 that have appeared in like the last 10 turns. And that one just, the odds were terrible. Well, no, we won't restart. We'll keep going. I'm just saying that was pretty awful. Like, the reason why I acted the way I did is that first battle, the archer should have taken some damage. By winning flawlessly, it definitely should have taken some damage. Instead, it won flawlessly. And then, like, if it just takes a normal amount of damage, like, let's say it just takes a hit or 2, then it wouldn't have had 70% odds. And it certainly shouldn't have won flawlessly at 70% odds. That's really unlucky. It's just really unlucky. I don't know what more to say. It was an unlikely and unfortunate sequence. So we'll get ready to try to replace the city and go on. I wouldn't say this has been one of my finer games thus far. Certainly not good from the old development curve perspective to have a city raised by the barbarians, but I don't have enough commerce to get to archery tech, and I don't have any strategic resources, so just kind of a sad outcome. Hopefully this time we'll leave the settler here. Hopefully the archer will attack. Oh god, it took double promotions off that? At least cover doesn't do anything, but it double promoted off that. Well, so these are things that are happening. Can anything stop them? No, I have no units that can deal with them. All I can do is throw warriors at them. I do have a lot of production, though, so... but all I can do right now is toss warriors at the archer. Again, I should have odds on this battle, attacking across a river into a hill tile. I should have odds to win this battle. But, of course, we couldn't win that one either. This is the Archer of Doom! He won't die! He just won't die! What were the odds on that battle? Yeah, he had 30% odds, but he still won again. I mean, they've just been winning at low odds again and again and again and again. It's really tough. I really thought I was going to win that one. So I've got workers everywhere and an unprotected settler. I mean, there's no strategic resources, and the archers just keep killing my warriors. They've killed, what, 4 warriors? 5 warriors? At some point, you just can't do anything. Where's the lost? I've lost 4 warriors. This archer has killed 3 of them. At some point, you just can't do anything. So we have to move back a tile. This is a terrible game thus far. Honestly, if we had just won that, if we had literally just won that 70% dice roll, we would have been totally fine in this game, but we did not. And now this barb is going to heal again. All right. Now, surely we won't lose this battle too, right? I don't know what to say, you guys. This archer is invincible. It just won't die. It literally will not die. It just won't die. I don't know what to say. This is sad because I really like this scenario, but the barbarians are just like ending the game because I cannot kill them. Prepare to lose your capital to this barb archer. I just don't know what to do. Yeah, that's the third. Now it gets another promotion. I don't know what to say. I like this map. I thought it was really cool, but I like this is like a loss to this archer just won't die. It just won't die. It will not die. So how many combats have I lost to this thing? It's killed 4 warriors, one after another. I just want to go back to the combat log here to show these sequences of how this fell apart. So we killed that first archer, right? We had 75% odds. We killed the archer. Okay. And then here, so this is where it starts to fall apart. We have 2/3 odds to win, but we lose the first warrior. And so because we lose the first warrior, I have to finish off the archer or it's going to get a promotion, and then it's just going to attack again with the promotion. So I have to finish that off. It's 96% odds, but even though it's 96% odds, I still get hit twice. And then this battle, so as a result of that, like it all started to fall apart when the archer won the 36% odds. I mean, again, that's not ridiculous. It's not crazy or anything. But it set in sequence a series of events where I have to attack out or else it's going to promote. And then I take 2 hits, even though all I like to do is hit the archer like 1 time. I take 2 hits. And then I lose flawlessly. And then it attacks again and wins flawlessly. And so then it gets a promotion. And then it attacks again at 30% and wins again at 30%. And then I lose at 68% odds. So... and now, it's, as you said, now it's going to promote again. So... well, we can move down there, see what happens. You're right, it was still to attack. I could have just stood on the forest hill, and then it almost certainly would have attacked me. But it is what it is. We'll keep going for now, although this is certainly not a very good start to this game. I mean, I'm literally just spamming warriors right now. Now it's combat 2 cover. Combat 2 plus cover. All right. Combat 2 cover. It's insane. All right. I wasn't even planning on building the road through this direction. At least it took combat 2 and not shock. That's true. All right. Well, we can get the... I'll just keep spamming out those warriors for now. Oh, and now we win flawlessly. After all that, now we get a flawless win. Okay. I'm so far behind now. All right, let's get another warrior. And then we'll build another settler. We'll make something of this game yet. All right, reestablish this city. Oh, we made another AI. Tokugawa. We still haven't found anyone who founded another religion yet. I want to get down here so I can farm that tile. But God, I'm so far behind in this game. I have 2 cities. I'm so far behind the AIs. I mean, I can outplay them over time, but wow, is this a bad start? Wow, is this a terrible start? Okay, I'm clearly going to need more warriors over here. So you guys head in this direction. Then we'll build another settler and start grabbing... I think we grab this spot next, if it hasn't already been taken over by Germany. I don't think it has. If only you could build something called axes. If only you could... Oh, here comes another barb. Okay. Well, we'll do another one-turn warrior then to deal with this guy as he comes in. Cancel that. Okay, finish that road. All right. Reestablish this city. Maybe we can finally get to pottery by turn. I guess I was like 1 beaker short. I was 1 beaker short. Maybe we can finally get to pottery tech by turn 80 of this game. Alright, now we can start hooking these up. Sadly, the AI is still ahead in culture on this tile. At least the AIs have been friendly. Now we could trade for fish. Well, that's not going to be helpful. I mean, the AIs haven't really out-expanded me, for what that's worth. They all have 3 cities right now. Well, okay, Alex has 5 cities, so Alex is more of a concern. Looks like he's going to be the big dog on this map.
All farmers, pray that your summers be wet.
Alright, pottery. At least now we have some prerequisites for pottery. Alright, now let's get onto that settler. I mean, I can build settlers very quickly at this city because it has such an insane production output. 5-turn settlers is like faster than a whip cycle. Alright, you should be able to absorb that attack. I have 2 warriors over here. Looks like we might need more than that. But like I said, I think I want to grab this spot, even though it's going to be awful for the economy. But I will have enough to get to pottery, and that's enough. So I think I'm going to send you down in this direction to try and scope out this spot. Alright, yeah, this is fine. I just want to push growth for right now. Alright, farm. And now finally start to get into like the semblance of a normal Civ 4 game. Now that we're not having Of course, I could lose this combat too, although the odds are very high to win. Or you could just not even attack, apparently. Well, I gotta protect my tile improvement. How are we doing on espionage? So we can still see their bar graphs. Alex, I'll have bar graphs soon, then I'll try to switch to Toku. There are still 2 other AIs we have not met yet in this game. Sure hope that Augustus doesn't come calling after us, because we still have like no resources and no ability to fight anyone. All we can do is throw sacrificial warriors in somebody's path, which is not really much of a defense strategy. No need to run specialists. The shrine will get there when it gets there. I mean, I don't even have any buildings that allow specialists yet, so nothing I can do there. I have not been able to use spiritual trait to any effectiveness yet either. I would like it if these people would get open borders, because I'd love to start building relations with them. Well, of course we lose that fight, too. So our religion did spread in Augustus's territory. Anyway, so There it is. So he will now convert to our religion, and that'll be a boost to relations. Why it spread there and not here is who knows, but I'm glad it didn't spread here because I'd like to get ahead of that city culturally. So anyway, yeah, we lost another fight to the barbarians. What were the odds on that one? We had 75% odds, so okay. I do not have much luck with barbarians. Anyway, we'll let this settler finish. Fortunately, I have enough happiness, and then we'll have to get more units. Anyways, but at least we finished this. Now this city's pretty low on food, so it's probably gonna have to be more of a production city. Alright, we don't have quite enough. Maybe next turn we can start running the slider on pottery. But yeah, having such poor research really hurts. I wouldn't say this has been a great starting position. Like, it's very heavy on production, but it's so commerce poor that it really is, it's really a bit rough. Certainly, I am far weaker than I was in the Roman Seafarers game that we did last time. Like, if you compare where I was in that game to where I am in this game, I'm like so enormously behind. But that's fine. It makes for a more challenging experience. This is only on Emperor. It's not on Immortal like that one was. But like, I just feel so weak and so slow in this game. All right, so let's road that tile. Turn on pottery so we can actually get some granaries going, and then build cottages, which I need very badly. I may have to cottage some of the plains tiles here, which is sad, but I guess we can put a cottage on that tile, although it's not riverside. I don't think Great Lighthouse would be that great. I mean, in part because, number one, by the time I research fishing and sailing and build a lighthouse, odds are the AI is probably going to build it. You have to remember, on high difficulty, it's really a big investment to go into a wonder. Like, building Stonehenge was a huge investment that slowed me down a lot. It's part of the reason why I'm behind. Boy, because this is only +4 food. Boy, I wish this city had a little bit more food, but it's just a lot of plains tiles. A lot of plains tiles. Like, in terms of research, I'm very far behind. Please get rid of the Great Lighthouse. Thank you. After pottery, we probably... Raiding is one option. Well, no, we probably need archery next for defense, so we can actually build a unit that has some kind of defensive bonus. Monotheism tech is long since gone at this point. We're going to need fishing, too, so we can build a workboat for this spot. If we're going to settle this spot, we're going to need a workboat for it. Oh, hey, we found another AI. So no AI in this game started with mysticism. Let's check in on him. Oh, wow, he's got a lot of cities. Yeah, so this is why I feel like I'm behind. I'm on 3 cities. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4. He's on 6. So, yeah. Like, Alex is on 5. Toku's on 4. I mean, I lost a freaking city. He's on 4. Freddy's only on 3. Freddy seems pretty weak. He might not have a lot of land down there, for all we know. Like, we don't know what the rest of this continent looks like. Alright, so I need to build a road connection down to this city. And Dune Bridget's going to need a tile to work. This is probably the tile to work next because it's food neutral, but it won't be in my borders for 5 more turns. So in the meantime, I was like, well, we can cottage this tile, but we don't have pottery done yet. So we'll farm it so it at least has one other tile to work. Victus finally finishes this. Excellent. I want to build a pottery next, or a granary next. Build a pottery. This tile will need to be cottaged. Victus is a much stronger city. Also, we do need a defender of some kind. I guess it's building its own defender. No production, though. This city's going to have to whip for production, but it has enough food that it can work plains cottages, which are not ideal, but they will be the best tiles to work. Because like we are +6 food surplus with these two, so I can work some of these tiles without hurting it too much. Oh, and I can cottage this tile too, even though it's not riverside. All right. So I do want to build missionaries. Like, I want to spread my religion, so we need to emphasize that in the near future. But keep spamming out these warriors. So I would need to either, well, I would definitely want to go monotheism over meditation. Like, a monastery is not that important. If I go here, I can also get organized religion, which is much better. So that's going to have to be a priority too. But we need to finish pottery, and then we're going to need fishing for this new city, so I can build a workboat. Otherwise, it's just kind of a useless investment. But I want to get that spot. I want to lock down the border with Freddy. And then after that, I want to push north and grab this spot. Like, I might grab this spot first, but I definitely need to push in that direction. This won't cost me too much in maintenance, but I might need to go to this spot first. You can see that Caesar's already locked up. We can see borders here. So I think that copper is already out of reach. So I probably need to push for this spot next before it's gone. And meanwhile, I've just got that scout out there. All right, we might as well finish that road. Yeah, that sounds fine to finish that. Hopefully my religion will spread to my other cities soon. This warrior can head up north and see what's going on up there. I'm not over the unit limit yet, am I? No. I'm not paying money for units. Alright. We're going to need a worker. For sure. Let's get this done. I actually want a granary here next, but it's not available as an option. So I guess while I'm waiting here, I build another road or something. So I'm still waiting on that pottery research to finish. Move towards here, and I guess you can like road this tile. Because I do need a road to extend down towards this spot. So this at least gives this city a second tile to work. It's a poor tile. It's a plains. Plains farm is a bad tile, but at least it's something. Let's see, I also need a road to extend. I would like the road to go this tile, this, like these 4 tiles on the diagonal here. I think that would be most useful. Yeah, this city will be a fishing village, but I need to lock down some of the, like, I can always backfill territory later on, but like if the AI, that's the reason, like, let me back up for a second. This spot right here is a stronger spot than like down here. But if I go for this spot first, I might not be able to get this later on because the AI is very close to, like, the AI could easily settle this spot. I'm trying to lock down the spots on the border so with the AI first and then backfill, even though it's worse from a development perspective. Only in the last game where I was playing Caesar and I had a totally uncontested island could I afford to do like a pure development plan, which is what I would have preferred, but... Alright, so... 2 more turns for pottery. Use you guys to road this tile then, while you're waiting. You can start building the connection down here. Capital doesn't need more improved tiles for right now. Vevictus is where the worker labor needs to appear. Because like this needs to get cottaged. And then I need to put some cottages down here. I wish I had more. Geez, my terrain is entirely hills and plains tiles. There's like no grassland anywhere. It makes it a lot harder. No one's going to be willing to trade me copper at this stage of the game, I don't think. Alright, so Alex and Freddy and Caesar I all have bar graphs with. Let's look for J-Man next. And keep an eye on Alexander. I'm hoping Augustus will warm up to pleased soon. Remember, he doesn't declare at pleased, so if I can get him up to pleased, then he won't attack me. Because I am in no position to fight anyone right now. I still don't even have archery tech. I'm just checking to see if anyone is willing to sign open borders. I guess no one's developed writing yet. I'm not working the mines in the hopes of popping a medal. The odds of that are so low, it's not it's not really worth it. I'm just working them because they're the only improved tiles at this city. Alrighty, so we want to do a granary here next. I'll just toss this here for the one turn. Oh, nice. We got religion to spread. Cool. Pop the borders a turn sooner. Sadly, it needs to get to 100 culture before it starts putting pressure on this tile. But when it does hit 100 culture, it'll start putting culture on this tile. And then we should get control of this eventually just because we have 2 cities pushing on it. As opposed to 1 for Augustus. Alrighty, so let's actually send this guy out scouting. It'll also help keep Fogbust down. That's also why I have this person heading out in this direction. Okay, so there's a lot of jungle down there. I kind of wish I had the jungle, because that would be, all those are great tiles long term. And no one seems to have settled the jungle yet. So it doesn't look like Rome has a ton of room to expand either. He's kind of crammed in here. Alright, so that's done. Let's have you join with these 2. And then, so you can build the cottage more quickly. Floodplains cottages take a while. I think it's 5 worker turns for a Floodplains cottage. Have you guys all join up. And then probably cottage this tile next, because both cities can work that tile. And then we'll want to get this tile and this tile, some of the few green tiles we have. This worker can either improve the capital or get down here. By the way, this city is going to be super sad until we can get a workboat there.
Hath not the potter power over the clay to make one vessel unto honor,
At least fishing's a cheap tech.
Dishonor?
Alright, so there's that border expansion. With, now that we finally have pottery and can start laying cottages down, we can actually start to run an economy here. Oh, wow, that's a big mountain range. I mean, that's what this map script produces, but still. Yeah, if I'm checking in, it's because I'm trying to see if I can sign open borders. Just trying to check in every few turns to see. Ah, I clicked outside the borders. I was trying to see the glance here. Everybody's just cautious with me. Thankfully, Augustus is not very aggressive and Freddy is not very aggressive. It helps that there's 2 AIs that are not very likely to attack. Doesn't mean no chance, but if I can get them to please, then they won't attack. Alright, let's do that. Great. Oh, I forgot to change these cities over to granaries, which is what they need. They don't need more warriors. I have too many warriors already. Alright. Now you... Let's have you guys finish that. Please don't jump me to another part of the map. Okay. Alright, so our first cottage done. It only took 81 turns to get our first cottage down. Jeez. Only took 81 turns. Oh my god. I'm gonna have you come up here and help me get this second cottage down. Because Vivictus can work as second cottage here as soon as it's... Oh my god. It really wants me to move this scout, you guys. Apparently desperately wanted me to move that scout around. Alright. So what's our name for this city? I'll give chat another minute to work on that. Alright, so this... Yeah, this is the tile that they can both share. Well, this is not going to be good for our finances, is it? Not bebracked. So this will block off any expansion from these. Boy, sure would be nice to have monarchy so we can connect those wines, but we don't even have fishing tech right now. So no one else has suggested anything else, so we'll go with Link Mario Samus's suggestion. It's going to have to be Coppola's Vine, because that's all that'll fit. And it actually is the correct call to not grow for the time being. The Evictus will be able to two-pop Whippet's Granary, so that's helpful. And I do have a ton of happiness, thanks to being charismatic and having Stonehenge, even with zero resources, zero happiness resources. If I could get religion to spread in there, it would be even better. Like, this city has 7 happy faces. Yeah, I'm aware that that was named. I'm aware that you were referring to the Godfather movies. This city would also get a stone in time. Also, we are getting closer to the shrine. So building the shrine obviously gives us income based on how far the religions spread. But it also causes more natural spread too. Like, the cities are just more natural. You have a higher chance of it spreading naturally. All right, so work that. I hate the way it likes to cut to the other side of the world for no reason. Alright, you finish that. Oh, hey, look, it's another barbarian. Let's see if we can fight him on the on defensive cover. Okay, so Vevictus, good. It is working that tile. Alright. Wow, that is not a good sign that it's 3 turns at 100%. Well, 3 turns at 80%. So it's actually not as bad as it looks. And I'm going to connect down to this city here. Alright, so we've got this. Vevictus is going to whip its granary. As soon as the food box is half full, we'll whip the granary. So Dune Bridget is going to need another tile. We should go improve that tile. Or actually, because we're right here, we should maybe improve this tile. Like, these workers could move here, and then they'd be in a position to move and cottage that next turn. I probably will split them up. 2 workers for this, and then maybe this one can move to improve a tile for Dune Bridget. Yeah, there's 2 other religions, so they were probably... There's only 1 AI we haven't met, so whichever AI we did not met founded both Hinduism and Taoism. It's got to be... Almost certainly it's an Indian leader, because they wouldn't have picked Hinduism otherwise. But this is good. That means we have an opportunity to spread our religion far and wide, because the people near us do not have religion for the most part. So as soon as I can get these initial worker texts done, I really do want to get to monotheism and start pumping out missionaries, both for my own cities, because it'll improve my economy, and it will also help me with the AIs too. Alright, so we're going to hopefully absorb that warrior's attack on defensive terrain. Got you on that spot up there. But we still don't even have fishing tech yet, which is a bit sad. Alright, you're roading over there. As you said, the Evictus needs to get the granary to half of its food box full. While you're moving down here, why don't you cottage this tile? Because it'll only take 2 turns, and you're moving in that direction anyway. You, though, I want to move up to here. Is there anything useful I can have you do? I can have you road this tile, which would probably... I can actually have you road this tile, and then you'll finish the same turn time as those other workers are done. Boy, there's a lot of jungle in the middle of the map. Although maybe it just feels that way. Let's see. So we still have bar graphs on Freddy. We still have them with Augustus. Still have them with... Alright, so we're looking good as far as espionage point spending. I don't suppose we can sign open borders. Boy, Freddy seems really weak. He still only has 4 cities. He's as weak as we are. No. Augustus only has 5 cities. Maybe this map just doesn't have that much room. I'm thinking a little bit of the last map, which was big. Alright, it looks like Portugal's going to be the big dog. He's got 7 cities. so we should win this, assuming that the AI attacks. Of course it decided not to. I don't want him to pillage that, but if it does, then we've got 3 warriors that can attack to protect that tile improvement. Alright, so Ve Victus worked that cottage. We almost have enough to finish fishing next turn. Almost. Just need 2 turns. And I sure would love to sign open borders with Alex, but I cannot move through his territory at the moment. So, just keep exploring then. Alright, Ve Victus is going to whip its granary shortly. Animal Farm will finish that. And probably get out another settler. I need to keep pushing expansion. Dune Brigid may have to build this naturally, just because production's not great here, or there's not that much of a food surplus. Boy, this is not a great... I guess it has +4 food surplus. Once we get that tile cottage, it'll improve a little bit. And Ve Victus is about ready to whip this. It could whip right now, but I want to whip when the food box is half full. Still, as we get these cottages complete... Alright, so I did get the hill bonus here. Alright, and hey, we actually won. Nice. Yeah, so settler... Actually, I think I'm... Alright, so I'm working all improved tiles here at the moment. I have all improved tiles with a 5-turn settler. Base production is 19. Oh, we're like one production short of being able to finish this. Well, we have to stop to pit stop for the workboat anyway. See, we're going to do the fishing. We'll finish this. We'll build the workboat for Coppola's Vine. And then that city will actually be contributing something and won't just be a net cesspool. A net sunk cost. Boy, this city is... We've got a lot of production everywhere, but our commerce is just so bad. Alright, so 2 of you come and cottage this tile. Because it's a food neutral tile. You need to heal. Or you can go exploring anywhere. And as for you, Dune Bridget can take over this cottage in a turn. Ve Victus will whip next turn, and then this cottage can be switched over to Dune Bridget afterwards. It'll lose the production, but it'll continue growing the cottage. And I'm just going to road here as you then get up to that tile. So the sad thing is, in a lot of games, you're limited by happiness. In this game, I am not limited by happiness. I am limited by the fact that the terrain is just very food poor. Still, I actually kind of like this. I like a game where everything doesn't go according to plan, where I kind of have to struggle a bit. Because it makes, number one, it makes for a better viewing experience. But number two, it shows that it does, like, you can play your way out of situations even if everything's not perfect. You don't just have to restart if things aren't perfect. So if I can get that lesson across, then
Give a man a fish, and you feed him
hopefully
for a
it
day.
helps.
Teach
Okay.
a man to fish, and you feed
So
him for a lifetime.
we do need archery for defense, but I think I'm going to push for monotheism because, you know what? Meditation's cheaper. I really do want monotheism, but I think it's too much commerce to get there. My commerce stinks. I could just go for meditation, build the monastery, which would help a little bit with science, and then build missionaries out of the capital. I think I'm going to do that, just because it's cheaper in terms of research. Anyway, let's get that workboat. Because like I can basically 2-turn missionaries. They cost 40 production. I've got 19 base, so I can pretty much 2-turn them. And it'll actually improve my economy at the same time because I'll have the shrine in just a few more turns. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Like, I want to convert Rome. I want to get really good relations with Augustus. Like, spread my religion to all his cities. Spread them to my cities too, of course. All right, so you whip the granary. Boom. There we go. You'll grow onto that cottage first. Dune Bridget takes over this cottage. There we go. Does lose some production, but then we can trade that. And I think that's it for the workers this turn. But like you can see, the faith bonus is starting to increase. Also, maybe someday we'll get control of this tile. Alright. just, I don't know why I even bought, so Toku does have writing, but of course he won't sign open borders with us, because he's Toku. And like open borders should become unlocking right around the time I'm willing to do that. Freddy is willing to sign open borders though. Nice, that'll improve relations, and I can also explore his territory. I wouldn't mind getting another scout out on the map to explore more of it, because like this scout's going to be way over here. I wouldn't mind getting another scout out. Maybe I'll squeeze one out of the capital, because they are very cheap to build. Like, it's literally a one-turn production for the capital. All right. Of course, I do want to get organized religion in play to take advantage of my religion, but... Alrighty, so you need to get up to that tile. But I think it would make more sense to road this tile. Oh, there's a barb archer. Wow, I haven't seen a barb archer in a while. Not down here anyway. So let's make sure AIs are keeping them down in this part of the map. Alright, so road this tile. So you're going to work this cottage as soon as you grow. And then with that granary, the city's going to grow very fast. You know what these workers need to do? They need to come up here and chop the granary at Dune Brigid. That's what I should be doing. 1, 2, 3. They can move onto this tile, chop it, and that chop should be enough to finish it. That way I don't have to worry about whipping here at a city that has low production. Yeah, so finish the workboat here, and then I think we want a settler for this spot. Maybe a worker first so I can start roading towards it. I mean, the worker is a three-turn build. Oh, I was already working on the settler. Okay, well... either a worker or a settler. Alright, oh, we actually got another warrior here. Okay, I'm going to send this up in the north to help fog... Well, maybe I want to hold a second one here. Wow, this city has nothing to build, does it? Okay, well, I don't want a worker because I want you to grow. Maybe the barracks? This is another reason why I need to get the ability to train missionaries, so these cities will actually have something to build. Yeah, because I need the city to grow. I guess it does the barracks. Wow. Because I don't want a worker. I want the city to grow to larger population sizes. Like, I might whip a worker, but I don't want to just sit flat out train one. I should have moved you to this tile, so the three of them can chop that next turn. And this will now complete that. Why did you stop working this tile? I want you to finish the granary ASAP, at least until we get the workboat down here. Come down here. How healed is this unit? Still at half health. Okay, so let's take the other... Let's take you and start moving you up here, because the settler is headed for that spot. Okay, we're staying well away from that barb archer. So we're keeping pace and expansion with the AIs, even though we lost a city. Alright, we have Burgrass with this guy now, but I'm going to run this for another turn or two and then switch over to Toku. Long term, I can't keep up with the AIs because they run the espionage slider, which is really dumb. Let's put you here, because in between the two cities, you can go to either one of them as needed. And I'm going to have a road on this tile shortly, so... My fearsome army of warriors... I'm actually hitting the unit cost, so I actually need to stop spamming warriors, because they're actually starting to cost me money. Oh man, this is not good from an economic standpoint. We're break-even at 30% right now. Struggling to research meditation. That said, this city will finally start contributing in a couple turns once this workboat gets down here. As I said, that city's just been a drain on resources thus far. So we can't see that city because we don't have open borders. Or maybe we can sign open borders. There's no reason not to. It just improves relations. I mean, he's far enough away that it's not like he's going to be trying to settle cities with us. So now I can scout out that city. All right, chop. There we go. And now that granary will be done. And this city will be able to grow a little bit faster, such as it is. Also, you should be working that tile. The commerce is more important than the production. Okay, we'll just finish the granary this turn and then swap off that next turn. Alright, Evictus can work that cottage soon. Alright, so we did manage to connect this city. Borders will pop shortly. This is only two turns away from connecting. I really cannot afford to go for ironworking right now. It's an expensive tech. I would probably go for writing. Archery if I need defense, but writing after that. If Augustus Caesar comes calling with like Praetorians, I'm just dead. I think I do better to try and improve relations by spreading my religion to more of his cities and get that faith bonus up higher. Yeah, so there's the pyramids. But like right now, I want to keep expanding while also working on my economy. Oh, there's a barb city up there. Alright, so here, I want to... Let's have you work this. We can chop this tile. And that'll finish the granary. They probably should have swapped over a turn or two sooner. Alright, so we want to get up here and cottage that tile. And you swap off that. Meditation also gives me another building to work on, which is something I need right now. I'm kind of struggling under a lack of buildings to construct. Got these barracks I'm working on. At least another city does give me more unit support. Yeah, I'm going to swap you off that warrior. Let's see. So I do have some excess warrior. I mean, I'd love to go explore Augustus's territory once I can get... Actually, while you're here, probably should see what's even further north. Just out of curiosity. I'll have 2 warriors up there, so hopefully that'll be enough for the time being. I'd love to build wealth, but that's not an option. I need a worker out of here. And I've got all this production, but... I guess you just start heading in that direction, then. Well, I guess we know who built the pyramids. Toku adopts representation. Alright, so cottage. Too bad there wasn't a way to settle for that clams as well, but there just wasn't. Alright, you work on that. Okay, Victus now has enough tiles for its immediate self. Next up, we should cottage this tile because it's another tile that's shared by the 2 cities. I'm a little surprised religion has never spread to Victus yet. But it hasn't. Yeah, no financial leaders, that's true. Well, there is still one more leader we haven't met, but we're pretty sure it's either Gandhi or Asoka, based on the fact that they took Hinduism with choose religions. Oh, hey, our religion spread to someone else. Nice. We may even be able to sign open borders with him once that improves. Now, I haven't found Japan's territory yet. Probably down here somewhere, just based on what we've been seeing. Alright, you just keep walking in that direction for now. While I have open borders with J-Man, I'll definitely scope out his territory. Alright, so that's the North Pole. So no surprise. We are sheltered a little bit from the barbs by this ridge here. Oh, I sure would love to capture that from the barbs. It actually has copper. I just don't know how I'd be able to capture it from them, because they're going to have archers on defense, and I can't build any units that can kill archers. I really wish he would get writing tech. He's like, you know, you could also research writing tech. It doesn't have to be me. I'm like, quiet. Shh. All right, so this city now is finally a real city in its own right, now that it has this food bonus. With the granary, well, it's gonna need a lighthouse, but we'll get there. Maybe sailing has to be prioritized for that city, because I'm gonna need sailing for this city too. Oh, you know what? I need a workboat. Well, as soon as this worker finishes, we can get a workboat, but we need a workboat for this city so that it has a food bonus. Oh, you're right. It could be a Christian leader too, because we would have taken their Christianity. That's true. We maybe took someone's Christianity, preferred religion. All right, so we should be able to have bar graphs now with J-Man. Let's start getting them with Toku for the last opponent. All right, Augustus. We go ahead and look at the bar graphs real quick, shall we? All right, so GNP, you know, we're not listed as being that bad, amazingly. Production, we're middle of the pack. Food, we're actually competitive with everyone other than J-Man. Power, we are laughable. Culture, we're actually culturally dominant. Wow. Because we have Stonehenge and a holy city. None of the other leaders have a holy city, and none of them have Stonehenge. I see. So that's why. But yeah, so far so good. And I'm hoping to scope out his territory with an open borders deal. Right now we're just trying to get Portugal's territory. Okay. Alright, so that should either finish the granary or almost finish it. Yep, that'll finish it. Nice. Now I will start to mine some of these hill tiles. Probably this grassland hill tile first. City needs a lighthouse, but we don't have the tech for it yet. Okay. Work that tile so you can start getting the cottage to grow. And I think I can have these workers road up towards this spot, because this worker is going to road towards this direction, but that'll be slower. Alright, so we need a workboat. There's the granary. You know what? A workboat here wouldn't be awful, because I'd be able to go explore with it. That wouldn't be terrible. Sailing would also increase the odds of religion spread. I believe that it would as well. Yeah, I don't have a lot else to do right now. I might just have this do the have the workboat then send it out for exploration purposes. Although that's not like ideal. I don't have a lot else for that city to work on. All right, 1, 2, 3. Might as well take advantage of Portugal's roads. All right, so 3 archers. I mean, that's not a well-defended city at all, but the problem is, how in the world do I kill an archer with warriors? Like, look at the odds. Less than 1, not even 1/10 of 1%. I would need a better unit, but, like, what am I going to get better units from? I guess maybe I can try for ironworking down the road when my research is a little better. Also, this city would be auto-raised right now, so it's not like it's that high of a priority. Come on, dude. Don't you have writing tech yet? Ugh. Maybe I have to go for writing tech soon. Maybe I should go for writing. I need something to build in my cities, and it is a cheap tech. It's not expensive, because it has double prerequisites from pottery and animal husbandry. Sailing and writing, maybe next. They're really about this. They're basically the same cost, because there's a double prereq bonus for writing. I don't know. Maybe I should go for writing, because then I can get open borders with the various AIs that don't have them yet. Also, libraries would be nice. For instance, I'd love to put a library in Bay Victus. Alright, so you grew again. We need another tile for you. Oh, you're gonna work this cottage that we're finishing this turn. Okay, so the AI was smart enough to swap over to that tile. Now, unfortunately, every time I grab one of these tiles, I lower my food surplus, but I don't see much of a way around that. Our economy is starting to get back in this. What's our break even now? 50%, yep, that means we can handle more cities. Like, well, time to put more cities down. But yeah, library for the culture. Sailing also, I do need sailing as well. I need both of these techs. which means continuing to delay archery, but I'm not really in danger from the barbs anymore. I'm just, the AIs are the ones that are the danger going forward. All right, so we got that done. And like I said, you can road up towards this spot. We've got the workboat to come up here. It's slightly slow. Yeah, it's going to be like 2 turns behind. I should have built the workboat before the worker, but wasn't thinking about that. And I've got this pair of workers coming here to mine this tile. So this city will be pretty strong out of the gate. Not like Coppola's Vine, which was a very slow starting city. And now we can start backfilling some of these other spots. Oh, hey, Roman worker. I still don't even have visibility on this city. But I should be able to hold my first string tiles. Hopefully we can just be friends. Like we said, remember, Augustus won't declare it pleased,
brings
so...
wisdom. Lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back.
Alright. So, one thing is, I can't spread my religion to Augustus unless I have open borders, so I'm going to go for this next for that reason. Alright, so build me the monastery, and then build some missionaries. Also, we're about to get our shrine, so this is going to be very nice. Alright, you're rooting in that direction. Wow, the Oracle is still out there. Wow. If I'd been thinking about that, I might have made a play for it. Alright, so our religion is continuing to spread. Haha. Yeah, that's the tile to work on for the moment. Alright, Freddy's already pleased. That means he won't declare war. Not that I expected him to, because he's a fairly weak AI in the current game state. Yeah, this city's at the happiness cap. I really need religion in this city. Let's have you back up a tile. Yeah, well, these guys should have the road connection done, like, right as the city gets founded. Well, almost right when the city gets founded. Yeah, fun research with religion. So we'll find out how many cities our religion has spread to. This game is legitimately setting up for us to have a really well spread religion, which was kind of the goal I had going into this game. So that's kind of cool. So do I have any cottages right now that are not being worked? I don't think so. I think I'm working all the ones I've tossed down. I think we need to put one down on this tile next. That's what this worker can do after that road's done. So Dune Bridget doesn't work this crummy tile here. And we can offset the cost of this city by mining the silver tile. Alright. So remember how some of you guys said you should build the Great Lighthouse? That's why I didn't even make a play for it. Turn 96 isn't that early, but it would have been hard to get. I had a lot of other stuff I needed more. It would have been hard to get there. Alright, so let's go ahead and build our shrine. So it looks like we have 6 cities with the shrine so far. So Church of the Nativity. Y'all need Jesus. Alright, so this does increase odds of passive spread, which is nice. Yeah, so 6 so far. That's not a ton at this stage, but we will see. So here's our mini game for the rest of this game. How high can we get our shrine income before the rest of the game? I mean, it does help us. Now we're break even at 60%. And of course that'll scale with like markets and banks and so on later on in the game. Yeah, why don't you just hang out right there for now? So we're getting a lot of information on Portuguese territory down here. This workboat will help with exploration, and I said I do want to get some more units down. Maybe I can send one of these excess warriors off. Plus we'll... Like, I don't know that I need all these. I have like 3 warriors up here. I don't know. I guess it does help with keep the barbs down. And like by standing here, I can see if there's one on its way out of Gepid. I don't think anything can spawn up here as long as I've got a warrior on this tile. By the way, he still is not research writing yet. Hopefully, someday, Toku, as our religion builds, we'll be able to sign that. Oh, he has gems for trade, but I don't think I have a spare resource. Like, I guess I could trade wheat. Or is there anything that's gonna... I could trade fish, or does he already have fish? I can trade fish. I'm going to connect another fish. And this will improve our trade relations. Obviously, I lose 1 health, but it's like, whatever. I have plenty of health. And I'm going to connect another fish in like 2 turns. So that was worthwhile. Oh, Alex will sign open borders too. Excellent. He has 6 cities. We're about to hit 6 cities as well. Right? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I'm about to hit city number 5. Okay, well, I need to crank out settlers for these remaining backfill spots. Yeah, I need to grab these backfill spots. And then we're running out of territory. Oh, look at this. I didn't even realize there's a pigs resource there. That makes putting another city down here viable. Now, I don't know how I'm going to improve the pigs. But that makes a city here viable. Working the pigs. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Can't move it over. Victus will get us the ivory in turn. Eventually, it'll be in our territory. Too bad there's a gazillion peaks everywhere. But yeah, we can get a spot there, and we would be able to grab this, work the stone and pigs. I mean, it wouldn't be a very good city, but we can get something out of it. Kind of running out of space for cities here. And then we could put another Vercingetorix up here. And that would be about it. Like I said, it's a somewhat underwhelming stretch of territory. Alright, so you need to improve this tile. Alright, so what's our name for the new city, by the way? Because I know we have requests for this one. Oh yeah, I can switch to monasteries, you're right. This city shouldn't be building a barracks, it should be building a monastery. Which we should probably 2-pop whip. Because we'd just be whipping off these tiles, which are not very good tiles. And it's a good time to do it too, because we're about to grow. And then I can actually get a missionary to Victus, which much would prefer that. Silver Haggis. Okay, that was the conclusion. Silver Haggis. Alright. Yeah, so I was 1 turn away from having the perfect setup with the workboat coming in. That's not bad in terms of management. And then these workers will be on the silver next turn. Does it have a trade route connection? No. So I'll build the road first. Or no, actually, I'll do the silver first. Well, no. I don't mind the silver first because I won't be working the tile, and it's pointless if I'm not working the tile. Like, if I'm not working the tile, it doesn't do anything. So we do build the road first for the trade route connection. Now, if I needed the happiness, I could do the silver first, but I don't need the happiness right now. All right, so we've got that there. Couple is fine. I think we just need 1 more turn of money, and then we can go in on writing. Oh, Augustus is up to please. Excellent. And he does not have enough on his hands already, so he's not going to attack us. Yay! The biggest danger in the game. We've gotten the skate past. So our replacement level army of units of warriors is not going to be a problem, because Augustus won't attack, and we won't be attacked by Freddy. And I'm not too worried about Alex, because the only way he could attack us would be to walk up this 1-tile choke point, which feels like a ridiculous way to try to fight someone. So I don't think that's going to happen either. Oh, nice. Now I don't have to put a missionary in there. Excellent. So we're going to swap to the monastery, and we'll whip it next turn. Perfect. And then the overflow we can use on missionaries. Nice. And this is also going to get me culture for that dispute that we have with Rome. Like, it'll make it easier to win back control of this tile while I'm thinking about it. So we 2-pop whip this. It'll regrow instantly. Nice. Work that cottage. It's a much better tile. That also freed up that cottage. I freed up that cottage, so we should be working that with Victus. work that cottage over that tile. There we go. Want to make sure, that's one of the nice things of these cities that overlap is they can trade the cottages back and forth. All right. So now we've got that fish back that we traded away. And now this city is like a real city in its own right. So we'll mine this. And yeah, this will actually be a pretty decent city. This could be a, I was going to say this could be a decent Moai city, but there's not enough water tiles. This is probably the Moai city. Cupolas mine. It's actually a really good production city. Like if this is if we build Moai here, we're going to have stone as soon as Victus's borders expand, which will only be in, it says 26 turns, but it'll be more like probably 13 or 14 because the monastery will double the culture. But like we get stone and then we build Moai here at an early date. This will be a really nice production city. We just need commerce is the thing. We're so weak on commerce. This actually gives us 2 improved tiles here. All right, so we did get another spread, so 7. Then it's time to start getting those missionaries out. Still don't have open borders with him, but we won't need them much longer. We'll be able to just sign our own open borders and start making use of the power of religion. Boy, Augustus just is not going to be... He's never going to be very large, is he? He's kind of stuck here. I guess he could expand in this corridor, but... yeah, I don't think he's ever going to be that large either. Maybe there's some overseas islands out there we can expand to. Although I think this map generally does not put overseas islands. So we definitely want to grab these 2 cities here. In fact, I probably should get more settlers out of this city before trying to spam missionaries. As much as I want more missionaries. I think I want to get these cities founded more quickly. Oh, we're 1 turn away from growth. Let's do the missionary because we're 1 turn away from growth. All right, and here I don't want the overflow to go into the barracks. I want it to go into a missionary. Just work on this. All right, so now we whip the monastery here at Victus. It's not ideal from a growth box perspective, but it is ideal in the sense that it frees up cottages for these cities to work. So now we've got a cottage to trade back. At Dune Brigid, can now trade this cottage back here. And I also wanted to get the culture going, because again, I would like to recontrol this tile, although it looks like I'm losing control of this tile slowly. Maybe with the monastery we'll get control back again. Or come closer to it. After all, this city will pop borders in 13 turns, and then we'll have double cities pressing on this tile. Okay, I see why it is. It's because this city's already hit 100 culture. That's why we're losing on that tile. Wow, that Roman city evidently is getting a lot of culture from somewhere. All right, well, in any case, let's finish with writing. Actually, looks like I went 1 tile longer than I had to there, or 1 turn longer than I had to. What do I think about this map script for AI Survivor? This would be a terrible map for AI Survivor. And the reason why it would be bad is because all the peak lines makes it really difficult for the AI's pathfinding. So yeah, that's the biggest reason why it wouldn't work so well. All right, here, all I can really do is mine hill tiles, can't I? At least until I get sailing and can work the water. I'd like to save this forest for a Moai chop when I have stone connected. So I might mine this tile and then road these tiles, because I'd like to have a road connection heading into Frederick's territory, both to explore and also to convert. But having my 2 neighbors both got up to pleased is really nice. Now hopefully they won't found their own religion and invalidate that. This would be another good place to get... I want the library here next, but that's not an option. What do I dump production into? You know what? Let's do a scout. Go scout out the enemy's territory. I got those unit support costs, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Tokugawa's golden age has begun. Wow, okay. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, so this city's going to grow, and we want that overflow in a missionary again. So we'll have 3 missionaries, which is the limit on what you can have. Continuing to road up here until So we'll be able to just plant the settler on this spot. I think this is the one I grab next, just because I have better worker labor in position to support it, and then that one we'll grab afterwards. And I can probably get something in the far north, but then we really are starting to run out of places to settle. Maybe we'll spot something out elsewhere out there. I don't know. And the scout is really far afield now. Like, look how far away this scout's managed to... Did a good job of scouting out Portugal. And we know there's more territory. Kind of wish I had this starting position than whatever the heck I've got here. All right, so they finished the road connection, and now they need to hook up the silver. So I believe that they finished the mine just as the city grows to size 2 and can start working it, and that'll definitely be a nice shot in the arm for commerce too. But it is turn 100, so why don't we look at the bar graphs here? Get a sense for where we stand relative to the rest of the field. Actually, I should look at the demos first. All right, so we're actually number 1, although this is while researching writing, which is a highly dubious look at the demographics. I'm honestly a little surprised I'm 4th in food, considering my position. Obviously, I'm dead last in soldiers, but to be 3rd in production, although... Okay, well, this is Toku in a golden age, so don't pay attention to that. But to be 3rd in production, almost above average in food, is not bad. We're only 14 off the lead, and this has been a really rough opening thus far. So, all things considered, it could certainly be a lot worse than what we're seeing after the barbarian from the disaster barbarian there. So that's the spike from writing, which is a double prerequisite tech. Production, we're basically even with Rome. We're ahead of Greece and Germany, and we're behind Portugal. Portugal looks like they're going to be the big dog. So again, Portugal's ahead. I'm largely even with the other AIs. Keep an eye on this. Well, I'd love to snipe it, but a warrior, it would be very difficult to snipe with warriors. I guess it's theoretically possible. I have 2 warriors here, so I mean, maybe, but it's going to be tough. Oh, hey, we finally got vision on Rome City. Aside from this one over here. Like, what does he have in there? A granary and a monument. That's nothing special. All right, well, let's keep going. Definitely play this a little while longer. I am not surprised I'm less. So this suggests to me that this is probably Gandhi, because someone who's even lower in power than Frederick is very likely to be Gandhi. So he wants me to cancel deals with Frederick. I am not going to do that because I want to be on good terms with Frederick. If I sign that, then I will lose open borders with Frederick, and like Freddie will want nothing to do with me afterwards. So I'm going to say no. Anyway, so we've got our missionary here. I might want to spread religion here in Coppola's Vine, because then I could build missionaries out of Coppola's Vine. I think all my other cities have religion thus far. Yeah, that wouldn't be the worst thing to do before spreading religion in the AI's territory. Alright, can we sign open borders yet, buddy? No, he's still... Okay. Well, hopefully we can get writing next turn, because you're about to go exploring in Roman territory. That's your mission. I mean, we'll have writing next turn, so... Is this a barb city down here? Yeah, okay. Alright, are you still working all cottages? Yes, you are. Still working all our cottages in this area. We've got one that we're not working here, but that city's about to grow, so that looks good. Alright, so... Vevictus probably needs this tile cottage, honestly. And then, how long until the borders expand? It's still 10 turns, because I want to be prepared to improve this, although I actually don't think I don't have masonry, so I can't improve that. We should probably grab masonry in the near future, too. But for right now, we'll just cottage this tile. I think that's the most useful thing I can do here. And then maybe go back to the capital, because it's actually out of improved tiles to work, so yeah, I should probably do that. I can do that next. But like, we're solidly middle of the pack in score, which is pretty good for this stage of things. considering how bad the opening was. I am a little bit concerned that long term it looks like I'm going to be stuck at about 8 cities, which is not a ton of cities. Yeah, you just dump production into a barracks for right now. Oh, that's right. And the other reason is I've got this scout out here to go explore. Oh, hey, we got a free spread. Nice. Always love it when you get the free spread. So 9, up to 9. Just keep an eye on that. All right, so we were 1 beaker short. So this is basically a turn of 0% science. So he doesn't like us enough yet to sign open borders, although he's getting there. He'll sign them at pleased, so he's getting there. We can't send missionaries into his territory until that happens. So Alex still does not have our religion yet. Oh, you know what? Maybe we should send this over to Alex then, although that's going to take a while to get there. Maybe we need to build a road through this area just so we can get units there faster. Or build a ship here out of Ve Victus. I don't have sailing tech yet, but like load on a ship and then unload here. Something like that. No, I'm planning on playing a peaceful game. I said I wanted to try to win a diplomatic victory if possible, so I'm going to try to shoot for that. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's what I'm looking for. Like, basically I'm interpreting it as I want to spread Christianity, my religion, to all of the other AIs of the world. I am concerned that some of them, like, there's a lot of open territory down here by Portugal. I'm a little concerned that Portugal is going to get out to 15 cities, though. It's going to be a little tricky keeping pace if I am notably smaller, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, Portugal does not seem to be very large at all. And it looks like we did finish this tile, just as Silver Haggis grew to size 2. Nice. So now I've got another happiness resource. We really actually do have a lot of happiness in our cities, but this is a little bit of a problem. 0 strategic resources, somewhat concerning. The good news, though, is we have now, our economy is kind of back in good shape. We're break even at 50%, which means we can afford more cities. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get out more cities. 1 here, and then certainly this one here. This one is more of a long-term project, but if I can, there's probably a path here. You know what? This scout can figure out what's down here. Like, this scout can come down here and see if there's an easy loop-around path. Or maybe we could even settle a city here. We'll have to see. Just depends on what's down there. And those cities are working cottages. Good. Fortunately, we did manage to get this river valley under our control, and that was the most important area, to keep Augustus confined to the east of this river valley. Considering how closely he started, it's not far away at all.
True glory consists in doing what deserves to be written, in writing what deserves to be read.
So sailing is definitely the next tech. We want the ability to trade over ocean, because that'll open up trade routes to Frederick. All right, so that means he has monarchy. Yeah, that means he has monarchy tech now. All right, well, down here, I did want to spread that, so now we are up to, actually up to 26% of the world. All right, so yeah, settler there. That opens up another missionary slot, but it also opens up the ability to just do a library. Now, would I rather do the monastery, though? Because with the monastery, I can just flat out train units out of here. Like, I could just flat out train units. Just, like, missionaries, I mean, down the road. Because I could use Coppola's Vine to work on spreading religion to Freddy and get him locked down. So I think maybe I do prefer that over the library. It is also cheaper, too. So sure, why not? A little bit odd, but yeah. Okay. So how long is the whip duration here? 6 turns? Alright, when that wears out, we chop the... We whip the library. You need to work this cottage tile. Alright, 5 turns. probably whip the library when it's done. Once both these cities get over 100 culture, they should be able to get control of this tile, because Dune Brigid will be putting culture, and then Ve Victus will also. Although I am pretty far behind on that tile right now. Still, long term, I think I should get access to it. All right, so signing open borders. Not every AI will just sign them, but he certainly will. So now we have open borders with everyone except Toko, who is not pleased and therefore will not sign open borders. All right, but now it's your job to go and scout. All right, you guys, we want to go and check out, improve this tile. You keep scouting out Portuguese territory. And you can finish the road connection and then work on improving this city here. Actually, even before the monastery, what I really need is a lighthouse. So the next whip here should be a lighthouse, and then the overflow can go into the monastery. But yeah, I need the lighthouse more. Still coming along. As we said, 10 gold per turn now. I suppose anyone has alphabet yet, so I can see their text. Nope. Yeah, research has been pretty slow up to this point, but it's starting to pick up now. Starting to pick up. I think I'm going to grab masonry next, and then maybe we do monotheism? No, I think I need to prioritize commerce more than production. I'm not really that production capped, even though I would like organized religion to take advantage of spiritual trait. Might be more valuable to get to push towards currency and code of laws, because with code of laws I can run some scientist specialists, which would be pretty helpful. And then I also really would like to try to build Apostolic Palace. Although if one of the AIs builds it... Oh, I wonder who founded Buddhism. Oh, it's unknown, so it's the one AI we haven't met yet, who is almost certainly Gandhi. Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism all founded by the AI we haven't met yet. And there goes the Colossus, unfortunately. Could be on the other side of Alex, that's true. I mean, there's a lot of territory down to the south I haven't spotted yet. That's probably where the last AI is. Probably. Boy, Portugal sure seems to have a lot of room to expand. Just feels like they have a ton of territory. Anyway. In contrast, Frederick seems to be very limited on territory. Alright, now do we have enough to research sailing? I think we do. Yeah, we definitely have enough to research sailing. And this city just grew, so let's make sure you have... Alright, so let's see. You are working all cottage tiles. You are not, but you're about to grow onto one. So looks like that lined up well. And then I'm going to bring you back to the capital to improve this tile. And then probably road to there. Meanwhile, you're eroding like in this direction. So yeah, we will whip the lighthouse here, because that's what this city needs. But now we've actually got some like research coming in. I actually have commerce now. So many cities that are good on production but lousy on commerce. Like so many cities that are like that. I'm just going to do another settler here for the other spot I want to found. Clearly not hurting on commerce right now. And then I'll have to split off one of the resources there. Alright. I think there's another city over here. Horses near Frederick, where? Well, let's see what's down here, shall we? Yeah, maybe... So this city is going to go here, but this next settler, maybe I can put a city down here. I would love to grab something in this area. Yeah, maybe. Alright, so we found Portugal's capital. At least I'm doing a pretty good job of exploring. We have pretty good relations with most of the AIs. Like our two closest neighbors we're both pleased with. Toku is getting closer, and J-Man is only cautious, but that's because he's the only one who doesn't have our religion yet. Alright, I will work this tile, because it'll cause the city to grow much faster. This is going to be a nice city. I mean, the terrain is awful, don't get me wrong, but the resources make it a nice city. Don't know about another Vercingetorix. It's true, getting a horses connected would let me build a unit that could actually capture that Barb City, which is now size 2 and would not be auto-raised. There's an axe heading up there, so I don't know how much longer that Barb City is going to be around. Oh, hey, we just popped gold. Nice. That's a resource I didn't have, and it's worth a lot of commerce. Nice. Oh, apparently I was short on sailing because I turned off. I guess I should have worked that tile one more turn. Oh well. Hey, Berninator. By the way, what is 100,000 channel points? Those of you who are more familiar with how Twitch works. I don't know what that means. But I do know that we're going to found this city here. So, what's our name for this one, by the way? I'll give chat a minute. Piggyback? I like that, because it's piggybacking from the capital. I like that. So this city's job is it's going to grab this tile, and then it mostly works the water tiles. Grabs more trade routes, that sort of thing. By the way, we're going to get decent trade route income. So we're slightly low on food by now. I'm actually at -1 food after losing that tile. So maybe I can't split off. Maybe it's not worthwhile to found another city down there because I won't have enough food. Well, you know what it is? I'll just have to work. I'll just have to work more of these water tiles. So I am going to need a lighthouse here. But we can probably delay this city because it really is a low quality city. Or potentially not even found it. We'll see. It would be nice to work those water tiles, but it is a very low quality city, and it does pull the settler off that tile. So, all right, channel points are currency you get for watching a streamer. You can spend them on stuff like highlighting a message. Streamers can set up their own rewards. Make me do something in game. 100,000 is a big number. Okay. All right, seriously. Okay, so now we've got that road connection done. I'm going to have these workers chop some of these hill tiles and finish the granary right away. Because that's the best thing they can do to speed up that city. Alright, so we definitely need a road on this tile. So we can get that gold connected. Yeah, this settler is probably going to head down here. Probably. Oh, there's a Barb City down there. There's another Barb City down here, too. Could we found a city here, and then the borders would pop and get the pigs and the horses? We'd have to fight Hamburg for control of the horses, but Hamburg still has no culture. No, it has a library. Okay. It would be difficult to beat Hamburg for control of the horses. We could settle here, though, and that would control the horses, but it would also mean probably no food bonuses in immediate range. Let's get more information and we can make a decision. Alright, meanwhile here, we need to chop and mine that tile. Yeah, it's kind of funny that I have all this information on Portugal, which is not one of the closer AIs. Alright, you need to road this tile. That is a very poorly situated city. It's like, no, I don't really want this fish resource. On the plus side, though, we are going to get a fair amount of trade route income as soon as this finishes, because like I will get trade routes. Oh, I guess I already have trade routes, foreign trade routes with some of them. Need to get up to currency then. Well, anyway, let's. We don't need 100% research to finish this. We barely need any research, just 10%, I guess. We'll do it. You did grab that cottage when your borders expanded. Good. All right, and we're getting close to another whip cycle. We'll whip the library. Unfortunately, it's a 3-pop whip, and this is where organized religion is a need. Maybe we probably are going masonry, organized religion after this, just to take advantage of our religion. I mean, we might as well. That also means we don't need monasteries everywhere if we're an organized religion. So I probably should have thought about that before building the monastery here, but I really didn't have anything else to build. I guess I could have built the library. Oh well, it's more culture and it's a tiny amount of research, so it's not the worst.
You can't direct the wind, but you can adjust your sails.
All right. Masonry is a pretty cheap tech. In fact, it's almost a 1-turn research. Oh, yeah, that's right. Toku is in a golden age. Yeah, it is weird that Portugal really looks like they're going to be the big dog. Look how much territory they still have. Like, there's room down here. There's room up here. I mean, like, look at Rome and me. We have, like, no room at all. And then Portugal's got this massive amount of territory. These maps are not always 100% fair. All right. So the Barb City's on this tile, so I can move here and I should be safe. All right, so you guys are going to chop this, and then you're going to road, and then they're going to chop the other tile. Oh, yeah, I thought there were 2 of them. There are 2 of them. You're going to road this so that other workers can come help you chop and mine this. Oh, you were supposed to swap to this and then 2-pop whip it. I'm a turn slow in doing that. Because you need the lighthouse. Okay, so we will swap to we will whip this next turn, 2-pop whip it. The overflow should come close to finishing the monastery. And then I can probably get some missionaries out. Still trying to figure out where the ideal spot to put a city over here would be. I mean, this is probably the ideal tile. Probably. If we can win the border war with Hamburg, we could take that. Like, I just don't want to found a city with no food bonuses. But yeah, it seems like we can get over here. Like, I think that's where this settler is going to go. So maybe this warrior should start moving in that direction. So I have a defender, even if it's a joke defender like a warrior. Hamburg is going to pop borders any turn now, so I don't think the horse is the... Yeah, see how it just... I don't think the horse is the resource to focus on. Alright, so first chop into the granary. And then the second chop. Do need to mine some of these tiles. Okay. Boy, I got Portugal scouted out really well. With almost every tile defogged here. Just like slowly, systematically defogging the map. I mean, information's always useful. You need to raise the Barb City for that. No, I wouldn't. Barb City's... No, I wouldn't. The Barb City is a tile south of this. So 1, 2, 3 is perfectly legal. Yeah, that's a valid spot. I'm probably leaning towards this spot, even though it has a or you know what? It might be better just to give up on the horses and just found here. Of course, we would need to pop borders, but I can get a missionary out of this city. So whip the lighthouse. Definitely keep working that tile. How much overflow do we have? Not a ton, but it will come close to finishing the monastery. Like, we can build a missionary, and missionary plus Stonehenge will pop borders very quickly. I mean, I don't have to make a decision right this turn. I can explore over here and see if there's anything else, but I do like that idea. I just wish I had some way of getting we might need to go for ironworking soon, just to cross our fingers and hope we have iron so we can build some unit that's not useless. Something that's not a warrior or whatever. But next up is going to be monotheism for organized religion. Empower those whips so that I can make these upcoming library whips a little bit less painful.
It is from their foes, not their friends, that cities learn the lesson of building high walls.
Also, ironworking's to the point where it's not that expensive, so that's good to see. All right, let's have you work on that lighthouse so that you can stop starving. I just have to swap a couple of these tiles over. I'm actually probably going to drop most of these and just grow up to the happy limit, and then I can swap back to working those tiles again, the mines. Alright. So in the meantime, let's have you grab this tile. You, oh, I did road this tile, okay. In that case, chop. Toku converted to Buddhism. No, Toku, no, you're supposed to follow my religion. Well, he's pretty far away, so. You're supposed to follow my religion, no. Anyway. It does mean, though, that I do need to try to get religion to Portugal and Greece, if I can. Like, they're ways away, but, like, I want them to follow my religion. I want us all to be a big, happy Christian family. Oh, wow, this is like a sheltered nook back here. Okay, yeah, then we definitely want to grab one of these tiles. Probably this tile, as I said. I just don't think it's realistic to get the horses as much as I'd like to. So yeah, let's start heading in that direction, shall we? Yeah, we still haven't found Japan yet. I'm wondering where I want to send this missionary. Oh, this city did finish its missionary. Okay, then go on to your library then next. Got like this barracks that's half built, just sitting around. Although I think I need to get another cottage done, because this tile and this tile can be cottage too. Maybe I can send some workers there next. At least I've gotten most of Rome defogged now. It's very unfortunate that this copper didn't like pop up on this tile. This game would have been worlds easier. Valley of Kells. Well, if that's all there is of Germany, then Germany is going to be one sad... I bet there's another civ down here that's blocking Germany from expanding. Hopefully my settler can get here before Germany can get a unit over there. But yeah, I think that's the next spot. Oh, once again, it's a city with poor commerce potential. Maybe I'll actually cottage the hill tiles along the river. You can build cottages on hill tiles. And this city, I think, needs to build a galley so I can start ferrying these units over. Maybe instead of whipping the library, as much as I want to get that library, so keep pushing back on this tile. Has this city hit its 100 culture yet? No. Well, clearly I'm not going to get that plains cow anytime soon. I think... Yeah, I think that I whip a galley next, and then ferry this missionary over to Alex, so he will convert to my religion. And then I will have to look to do the same to get at least one missionary into Portugal's territory, because that will also get him to convert. And if if I have all of them converted, then we'll have a block of 4 leaders that are following the same religion, which would be really nice. But I have another missionary that's about to finish here, so I can send this one elsewhere. Let's send this to Rome's capital city. Also reveals Antium, which I'm very glad he's at pleased and won't declare war at pleased. So that's a good sign there. But yeah, let's... Oh, and that's got the city with the Colossus. Okay. Well, if I wasn't planning on playing peaceful, but I kind of have to play peaceful because there's no AI. There's no units I could build right now beside archers. I'm resourceless and, like, useless in this game. Alright, well, so
Yeah, things are looking looking okay. I mean, I wouldn't say this game's going great, but it's been fun nonetheless. I definitely don't want to try to whip these libraries until I'm in organized religion to get the bonus. All right, so you finish that. Let's get you to whip this galley. It's a bit of a weird whip, but as I said, I need a galley to ferry units over there. Oh, and religion just spread in Rome anyway. Okay. Well, I was going to spread. I don't. Oh, and Antium's already has religion. I was going to say I don't want to spread religion here in Antium. Well, oh, no wonder no wonder I can't win the border wars. He's got the freaking Oracle in this city. Ah, and the Colossus. What the heck? Oracle and Colossus in my borders? Are you kidding me? Well, I guess I'm never controlling that tile. I think I can control this tile. Hopefully. Oracle and Colossus. Are you kidding me? Well, I'm gonna have to make sure to emphasize religious stuff in this, or cultural stuff in this city. That's really annoying, though. Double wonders in the city on my border. Ugh. So that also explains Augustus's score. Like, you would think he would build them in his capital, right? Obviously, he can't build Colossus, but you would think he'd build Oracle here. No, he just wanted to mess with me. Okay, well, so all of his cities actually have religion except Ravenna. Well, we'll just might as well reveal what's in here. We might as well go spread religion in Ravenna then. And you can wait for this galley. Okay, I don't expect there to be anything up here, yeah. Alright, so you just rode through here. You're building a road, and then I'll use you here afterwards. Okay, you guys finish that. Alright, so this seed will grow, and then it can work this tile as soon as it grows, and then it'll finish the granary. Then we do the lighthouse after that. Right. Settling in some weird spots in this game. Oh, okay. I would have liked that capital. No. But seriously, what the heck? How many cities does Freddy have, just out of curiosity? He only has 4 cities. Okay. And is that all 4 of his cities? No, he has 5. He has 1 more that I can't see right now. Anyway, so looking to see how I want to dole out these points. I guess 1 to everyone except Augustus, because I can see his demos right now. Yeah, so we'll get this spot, and I don't know where else we're going to put a city after that.
I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Yes, I actually do want to just revolt into that. Let's go ironworking in the hopes that we can find iron next. In the hopes that maybe somewhere on this map there's a resource, a strategic resource we can control. Because that would sure be nice. I don't know why every time I play these games I have no strategic resources. But it seems to happen a lot. Alright. So, let's see. You have a lengthy whip duration. I build missionaries for now. And we can always decide on something else after that. You whip your galley. And that looks correct, although I'm going to have to switch a tile, so because Dune Bridget is not working. A cottage, there we go. There we go. So now you're working all those tiles. Good. And we'll put the overflow into probably maybe a missionary. Oh, I already have three missionaries on the map. That is one of the hard limits in this game, is you can only have 3 missionaries. But we'll be able to spread in Ravenna, and that'll open up another missionary. I'll have to decide if I want to probably put the overflow in the missionary and then whip another library next. This city does not have enough pop to whip a library just yet. Sadly, that city is constrained by having low food. Oh, we found Japanese territory down here. That's where Tokugawa is. Sadly, he does not like our religion, so yeah, we need to get missionaries moving, especially to Greece and Portugal. they're a long way away, but we really want to get religion to them so that they'll be on our side of the religious wars that are surely coming at some point. Alright, so as mentioned, piggyback will work that. Do I have an extra warrior that can come just stand in this city? Oh, Gepid actually moved an archer out. I don't know if it was fighting a Roman unit or what. I can probably just train another warrior in like one turn for this city. Okay, so here, let's mine this tile, just a bare hill tile, after the chop went through. Slowly moving this scout. Alright, you just chill for that galley next turn. Galley will pop out, you can hop on. Galley moves down here, you pop off here, and then hop into Thebes. It's a shame that Portugal is this far away, but you know, if we can get a pipeline going, like if we can just convert Lisbon and, I don't know, Coimbra, he would probably spread some of the religion himself from there. But I'll get Alex first because he's closer. How much has our religion spread at this point? 11 cities. Okay, get number 12 next turn. Alright. Warrior for that city up there. Alright, and you are going to be put on a healthy diet of coastal tiles. There we go. Now all of a sudden you're back to +6 food surplus. Very nice. You need a lighthouse pretty badly. Work those coastal tiles. Alright, that there. So Victus has now hit the 100 culture mark. And that means normally I would be in position to start grabbing this tile. But, oh yeah, I wanted to grab the missionary, but I need to free up a missionary slot, so convert. So now we've got a slot opened up again. Yeah, so that overflows enough to get half of a missionary done. Did this city also pop? Yeah, okay, so they both hit 100 culture at the same time. So they will, yeah, they will both be putting culture on this tile. But against Oracle plus Colossus, it's probably not enough anytime soon. Hopefully I can just hold the current borders. I'm going to get libraries in both to help out culturally as well. Alright, so let's see. Do I want to explore the southern reaches down here? No, I'm kind of boxed off on that. Let's start going through Alex's territory, because that would be helpful for missionaries as well, knowing where his cities are. Oh, there's gems there at that Barb City. Man, wish I had some kind of unit that could actually kill barbarians. Like, sure wish I had some unit that could actually fight as I build roads through Freddy's territory, which you can do, by the way. You can build roads in enemy territory. Now the settler's actually a turn ahead of the warrior defender. Oh, and here's a workboat. Well, there's the last Freddy city. Okay, so we got this. It's unfortunate that the roads are a little wonky here from the capital. By the way, do I even have a road on my sheep tile? I do. Alright, I need another turn. 0%. I'm hopeful that we'll have iron. If we have, I mean, if we have iron in our borders, I'll just whip out swords and go grab this city. And then make a play for the other Barb city, too. It would make a huge difference to have some kind of unit that can actually kill things. And not the Suicide Warrior Squad. But yeah, I mean, I would, instead of whipping a library here, I would just whip out a sword, and then I would have Silver Haggis whip out a sword too. And like, 3 swords should be able to capture this without any trouble, even without promotions. Like, those swords do really well against archers. Iron is just across the border in Rome. Yeah, it's probably on this tile. Or this tile. No. Probably not. See, Rome could see the copper when this city was settled, but Rome did not have iron working at the time that city was settled. All right, so I do have some more tiles to improve over here. I do want to get a cottage down here for Dune Bridgehead. And then these warriors here, I would like to get a road built through here, but I think that's a lower priority. Honestly, it might not be bad to send another worker down here to help out. Oh, you know what? I also want to connect this stone because I want to start working on Moai. So yeah, let's work in that direction too. Anyway, Rome is pretty thoroughly converted. Freddy only has one city with my religion, but it's his capital, which has the highest population, so he's fine for the moment. I can hit him with missionaries later. I do think that the priority right now is Alex and J-Man before more religions start popping up in their territory. If I can get my religion in their territory, they'll start spreading some of it themselves, too. Alright, so right now the capital's just growing. I think I might whip this library and then just, like, for 2 pop with organized religion and then just go from there. And then just continue regrowing. So you're going to need a lighthouse because there's no other... You're going to need to work the water tiles. Even though it's only limited usefulness because there's not a lot of water tiles. Alright, 3 turns of iron working. I want to play play today at least until I have iron and see what to do after that. Yeah, so let's see. You guys should finish this cottage, or put this cottage down. You head down in this direction too. Alright, I want to make sure these cities are still working the cottages. Alright, so you are working all cottage tiles. And so are you. Okay. What's over here? Is this, like, territory that hasn't been settled yet? Opportunities for more expansion. Maybe? Got a worker down here. Just gonna keep roading in this direction. So we can't move here. The archers will, barb archers will just kill our unit. You are going to piggyback. You can convert an Alex city in 2 turns. You may as well just head out exploring, buddy. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh, another city right there. That's what's going on. Let me check in with the AIs real quick and just see. So he's got some resources to trade. We already have a resource trade going though, so it's not as much of a priority. He doesn't like us because of religion and because he's Alex, or not Alex, he's Toku and he hates everyone. So we've got Years of Peace, we've got the Brothers and Sisters in the Faith, and we have... you can hear Alice Sydney in the background. We haven't gotten the Open Borders boost yet. I guess it hasn't been 20 turns yet. We don't have much with him. I would like to get... maybe, you know what I should do? I should trade him for sheep. Let's trade cow for sheep. Just to improve relations. And then I can connect my own sheep to get myself sheep back. I can send a worker back to connect that tile, just so I still have the sheep. But that was mostly just to improve relations. Because I'm worried he'll cancel Open Borders if I don't improve relations a little bit. But we should be able to convert this city here. Like, let's convert this one. And that'll get him to at least flip into my religion. This galley is, like, just here for one purpose. To ferry units back and forth. Alright. I'll dispatch one worker back to improve that tile. Kind of coming up here from the south as well. So, like, this territory right now is very jungly, but eventually the jungle will all be chopped down, and that'll be very useful terrain. Meanwhile, down here, it looks like there might be uncontested land down here. Like that Freddy hasn't settled. I don't see any resources yet, but like let's keep heading in that direction. I guess I'll road this because I'm just going to be waiting for borders to pop anyway. And then we'll need a name for this next turn. No, not going for AP victory. I would like to build the Apostolic Palace if I can get there. Because the AP hammers would be really useful. And I do have a great production capital, so maybe I should make a play for that. I would have to prioritize it though, because we know there's another AI in the game that loves religion. Like I could maybe light bulb it with another great prophet, but I think that'll be too slow. I can just go straight on to theology, and it's not that expensive. Maybe we make that a priority. Like obviously going math currency is the better long-term play, but like it's not that expensive to go there. And I've already got the monasteries, right? I've been building the monasteries. And I'm spiritual, so I get cheap temples, so I probably might as well. I don't think that's a bad call. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted 2 people to go here. You need to pick up the cottage, and then you, here, you fortify there. You at Dune Brigid, start working this tile. There we go. This city just has low food, so it pretty much is just going to work these cottages. I really wish I could somehow get more food in this city, but short of a great merchant, which would be a terrible use of the specialist. Yeah. I mean, this game is not designed to be like the perfect, most optimal game. It's a game where we're trying to explore religion. So what was... Yeah, I do wonder if this is an island or a weird peninsula as well. But I think I want to get some units down there to check it out. Valley of Kells, that's right. Thanks for the suggestion. So maybe we get... Let's see, this city is... Maybe we just get a galley out of here and ferry, be prepared to ferry settlers over there. Because like this city's almost ready to whip something, and a galley wouldn't be the worst call. This is such a weird location for a city, but we got here first. It's ours now. Obviously, it's a garbage city until we can connect that. But I actually think I'm gonna, like I said, I think I'm gonna. Oh wow, that's not good. Of course, a barb archer. Well, of course, a barb archer pops up instantly. Of course, there's a barb archer here. I swear. Barbarians. Well, I don't have another unit over here. I'm 115 turns into the game, and I still have 0 strategic resources. Well, maybe it won't come into my territory? Help me, AIs. Please help me with the barbarians. Oh boy. So this would get Alex to pop into our religion. It might even cause him to hate Tokugawa, which would be nice. Stir up some conflict between them. You're like, what's going on with Frederick? It's like, well, he's Frederick, so... Yeah, he's not a great AI. Yeah, I think I'm going to send you down here to help out at this new city. I'm a little low on workers. Well, let's see what happens. Maybe this archer won't even walk into my territory. No, well, of course he does. Okay.
You should hammer your iron when it is glowing hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that play for theology. Maybe I can distract him with a work... No. I was gonna say maybe I can move here. Oh, iron! Iron at Animal Farm. Oh, it's right at the capital. We've got... Okay. So there's Alex flipping it. Okay, so I do actually have workers here. Let's... well, we need to start... We need to prioritize getting this connected. So we do have iron. That's big. That could allow us to capture these barb cities. Sadly, I don't think this unit can get here in time. Maybe we can sacrifice a worker to buy ourselves more time. 1 iron, it's true. So this unit can fortify here. I'm wondering if I move the worker here, will this archer capture it, or will an archer out of the city capture it? Because if I could get this archer to move to here, that would buy me enough time for this, because like this warrior can move here next turn. Would that buy me enough time? Would buying a turn even matter? I think it would, because this warrior is not far away. The other thing is, if I could somehow get the iron connected, I could upgrade this unit. Oh wait, no, there's no trade route connection there, so it wouldn't work. City should have been Death Valley. Seriously. I did not expect a Barb Archer to move out literally the turn I founded it. Let's come back to this decision later. So connecting the sheep has to take second priority to connecting the iron for right now. Oh hey, there's another Greek city. Yeah, we do have boats. So this island is also a priority to settle. Oh, there's actually a fish down here. So that makes that, it looks like that is in fact an island, which means intercontinental trade routes. Okay, well, so our whip duration is just about worn out here. If I just... if that Barb Archer just wasn't there, or if I just... I mean, I could have researched archery. Like, to be fair, I could have researched archery. I just didn't really think the barbs were going to be in a position to hit me again. This city is incredibly sheltered, except in this one spot. It's just unfortunate. I'm going to save this here, and I just want to test for my own sake as much as anything else. I want to see if this causes this archer to move back a tile. I don't think it will, but I'm just curious. I want to see. Oh, it did. We bought a turn. It worked. We bought a turn, and this archer might attack this unit instead. It actually worked. So we lost a worker, but we might have lost a worker to save a city. Yeah, we might have lost a worker to save a city. That's not to say that that city is safe yet, but we're getting closer, and I'm going to need more workers down there. So why don't we have this city double whip a worker, because we definitely need a replacement. I can 2-pop whip that next turn. It should grow right back anyway. Why is the capital working on this? I've got much more important stuff for it to do. Oh, I was just letting the city grow. That's right. Okay. Well, I think... I bought 2 turns, yeah. So this archer will probably attack this unit. And again, this is the best possible scenario here is 75% defensive bonus. So cross your fingers. I will have odds on this fight. So decent odds that I win that. Also, Coppola's fine. We should just build a replacement warrior or something. I should whip something, so... Galley. We want a galley, because it looks like there's room for an offshore city here. I can even use the workboat to connect that fish resource. Animal farm, don't build this. As I said, there's more important stuff for you to build. I want you to, like a warrior, right? Now, I want you to get a warrior to replace Coppola's vine. And I think I want you to get me a settler to head down here and try to grab land in that area. But like the library we can come back to later. Also, Piggyback is apparently going to need some more worker attention. You know what? I can probably double whip a worker here as soon as it hits size 4. Silver Haggis is also looking... Oh, I even forgot I'm going to get the extra lighthouse. Actually, scratch that. I think Piggyback and Silver Haggis and Dune Bridget are all going to build swords as soon as this is done. But I do need workers down here because I sacrificed my worker. So that 2-pop warrior worker whip is probably fine. But I think we may have managed to save this city. Hopefully. But yeah, I want this warrior. I also need to finish the road connection through here so I don't have to keep walking in a loop. I know I'm going to be sending a lot of units to the south here. But yeah, this mine this. As soon as this stone is done being connected, they can join in and help this out too. I wish if I had known that the iron was going to pop up right there, I would not have invested time into building the quarry. But once they were on this tile, I didn't want to move them off that tile. Still, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, road this tile, and then they can just hop over and help road that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Come on, please. Yes! Oh, we got it. Oh, 0.2 health. 0.2. Yes. Oh, that is such a big win. Let's look at the actual results. So we did have odds. We had about 2/3 odds to win. So the warrior took a hit, barb hit. Warrior takes a hit, barb hit. Warrior takes 3 hits, goes down to 10 HP, and then hits the archer, hits the archer, hits the archer. That is clutch. That is super duper clutch. Oh. All right, I'm going to move this guy in here so I have 2 defenders and not 1. I have a replacement warrior coming for Coppola's Vine. Nice. So the thing is, I probably, like, if I had known I was going to run into barbs, I would have gone for archery much sooner. But I really didn't think I was going to hit barbarians anymore. And the reason for that is, like, where can barbs spawn? Like, all of the territory around me has AIs, so there's no place for barbs to spawn. That's why I didn't think I'd run into them. We need more gold than this, don't we? We need about 250 gold. So we're not too far away from that, but we may even found another religion if we're there. The first one's there. Oh, look, there's even floodplains tiles down here. Wow. Oh, hey. I will ferry this scout over to the island as soon as this galley can ferry itself around, because then I'll be able to see what's on the interior. It looks like it's a little island. It looks like it's got some nice terrain. Well, the maintenance costs are going to be awful, but let's grab it. All right, so we've got another missionary. I need you to go to Portugal. It's going to be a long trip, but you can make it. Yeah, finally got the clutch barb win, seriously. Oh, wait, no, Athens has been... Oh, no, we need to spread the religion in Athens, because Athens has already picked up Buddhism. We need to spread our religion in there, so that we can keep him Buddha, keep him Christian. So this missionary is going to have to go to it's going to have to go to that capital as well. All right, we don't want a barracks here. I think the library is useful next. I do need to keep the missionaries heading out steadily too, if we're going to keep working on this. Freddy, hopefully we'll get some more spreads for free from our other cities. But I've got to keep pushing expansion and pushing... and we've got the 2-pot whip here. Get that worker out. Okay. We have a well-developed cottage here. So let's do that. The city should regrow pretty much instantly, and then there's 2 cottages not being worked here. Okay, well, we're working pretty much all the tiles we can, so that's fine for right now. So we did finish the quarry. Oh, I wish I could put this... Well, I guess I can put this overflow into Moai, but just I wish I was putting it into Moai with the stone bonus. But it's like 1 turn away from that, sadly. Oh well, I should have waited for 1 turn, but I'm not going to reload just for that. Our economy is not crashing, we need to tank it. Yeah, I mean, it would be bad. It'll be bad in terms of maintenance costs, but look, I mean, there's room for like 3 more cities here, and we'll get the overseas trade routes. Now, granted, we don't need them as much because we're already getting trade route income from the AIs, but like, I can fix the economy long term. I can't get more territory long term. Like, I'm limited on that. All right, so you, I want you to grow another size. So why don't you do another warrior? This seems right to be on the library. Yeah. That's good. I do want to finish that missionary. Yeah, well, since we don't have the stone connected yet, I won't put the overflow into Moai. I'll just let it finish this missionary. Because I could use this missionary to... I would like to convert another Freddy city, because that'll keep him pretty firmly on my side. Here comes an Alex settler. But he doesn't have any obvious way to get over to the island just yet. So hopefully we'll succeed on the dice roll. It's 90% odds for us to succeed, but there is a 10% chance of failing that dice roll. All right, you are needed, honestly, to improve some tiles up here. I'll pull another worker over to support you in a minute. See, I have 2 workers on that tile, but they won't be able to finish until next turn. Right now, though, the priority is getting the iron connected so that we can then get some swords and hit this city before, either before the AI upgrades to longbows and also before Rome can take it. Because we definitely want this spot. And then, of course, we want to come down here and go after Marian, which is not a good city, but, you know, it's more territory. So we defog more of Alex's territory. We have really good scouting. We've revealed a good portion of the world map at this point. Everything except the very deep south. So Toku's there, and then I guess there's another AI beyond Toku somewhere. Maybe, is there like another continent out here somewhere? I don't know. Like 1 AI on their own continent, maybe? Who knows? It has gems and vengeance. So yeah, I don't even think the theocracy religion's been founded yet, which is great. We can found it and then bury it and not use it. Keep others from using it. All right, so at size 10, I'm gonna which is next turn, I will swap to a settler and get that and try to get that out quickly. You are ready to whip something. Probably your library, because I need to keep pushing culture. And maybe the overflow can finish the barracks. I don't really need a lighthouse here. I guess, actually, the lighthouse wouldn't be that bad. It would let me work these food neutral tiles instead of losing... Yeah, it would let me work the food neutral tiles, so maybe it's not that bad. Anyway, we'll whip that next turn. Okay. Alright, so you finish that. Put this overflow into Moai now that we've got the extra Moai production. Or now we've got the stone, excuse me. And then I'm probably going to work on a missionary there. Alright, Galley can chill for now. there's Toku's territory, down which we can't explore. This missionary I said was going to go to one of Freddy's cities. Probably it has to be Cologne because it's the highest pop. The AI decides what religion to run based on its population. By the way, Valley of Kells is just sitting here doing nothing. Just waiting for the borders to expand right now. Really have to get workers down there. Also, there's just a great merchant chilling in my empty city right now. Look at these floodplains. This will be nice long term. Oh, Freddy's got a galley. He might be going for that spot too. Well, there's room for several cities here. I think I'd take the floodplains location first. All right, capital grew. Let's swap to settler. Can we get it down to 5 turns? Yes. Okay. So we'll get this, produce this in 5 turns. Race it down there and grab some kind of spot. And in this area, we almost have the iron connected. I think. Alright, you're still moving there. There's the Great Merchant, by the way. It's a German Great Merchant, for what that's worth. Okay. I think we need a road on this tile too, just for mobility's sake. This warrior, I don't know where it's going. Somewhere. I might not have needed this one. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can even upgrade this once the iron's done. Well, how about you head to the right first? Piggyback, Silver Haggis, and Dune Bridget are all going to whip swords, and maybe you'll... No, I need to use that money for teching. 7 turns. Oh, we actually are not that close to having enough money for this. Maybe we can start researching next turn. Alright, well, that's part of the reason why is you're not working your cottage like you're supposed to. I just whipped this city. Well, I might have to whip it again. Or chop a tile. Yeah, okay. Alright, lighthouse done. I need a worker up here too. I really need to like 2-pop whip a worker out of here, but... I'm just putting these on libraries for right now with the intention of actually getting units out of them. Oh, what the? Oh, and now we pop a copper. Now, 1 turn before I connect iron, a copper pops out. Okay, I mean, I'm not complaining, but the copper pops out now. Oh, man. Okay. Could have used that a little bit sooner. Alright, so there's the iron. I'll go ahead and road that tile to connect it. I mean, it's extra production. It'll be useful later if we end up going for if we end up going for a Statue of Liberty someday. But it's just like the game. It does feel like a bit of a troll job from the game. I mean, that looks like a very juicy floodplains location. Oh, hey, we get to see a little bit of Toku's territory. Alright, so we'll be in that location next turn. Oh, well, I guess that's a dead end too. Have you head to the south? Okay, so we do have iron connected now, so that means swords it is. Gallic Warriors, that's right, we get to start with Gorilla 1. I get to see our unique unit. We'll 2-pop whip these next turn. And I think I'm going to get one out of this city too. So I have 3 swords. Because that should be enough to capture this city if I move them up there. And like I can finish that library anytime. This city is too low on food. I really can't get a Gallic warrior out of there, but I should be able to get it out of the other cities. I don't want to spend gold to upgrade a unit with no XP. I don't have promotions though, because I never finished barracks in these cities, did I? So that's a little bit of a shame, but swords are pretty good against archers in a city that has no border expansions. So like long-term, J-Man's the one who has... He's the scariest AI just because he has so much territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... He has 11 cities now. I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I have 7. So that's why it's important to keep pushing expansion. But like he just clearly rolled by far the best location on the map. Like look at all this space he has. Compared to me, I'm in like this sardine can here. I guess it's not as bad as Frederick, but it's still not good. I guess I could be worse. I could be Alex. I could have Alex's spot right next to Toku. That would not be great. I was like, where does that go? Alright, so we did succeed on the dice roll. That's good. Hopefully that'll keep Alex firmly Christian for the time being. Excellent. Good. Alright. So I wonder if this has something to do with the fact that we got them in separate religions. So now they'll hate each other forever. That's good news. If he asks me to declare war on Toku, I might say yes. How do the other AIs feel about Toku? Do any of them like him? Let's see. So this is how Toku, here's how they feel about Toku. I don't think I can declare war on Toku because I think I'll get a -1 penalty with a bunch of these other AIs. So I don't think I can. I think I have to say no. Also, he might not be willing to sign peace afterwards. Oh, there's another fish. Nice. So there's room for a city here that grabs that fish, and here. The north part of the island kind of stinks, but I think the dot mapping is here and here. Because those are 3 tiles apart, and then maybe here. It's second ring, but with Stonehenge it's not as big of a deal. We'll see if there's anything on the north coast, but I don't mind kind of staying away from that area. I would sure love to have total control over this island if I can. Yeah, we were the ones who converted Athens. So like there is a Frederick Galley here, which is a bit of a concern. Alright, so that finishes the road there. Okay, so 2 of you need to head down to the new city, like ASAP. Because the borders are about to expand at Valley of Kells, and I want to make the city worthwhile. But there's a lot of work to be done there, like a lot. What's our whip counter like? Okay, we recently whipped there, so just growing is a good call there. I want to finally road this tile. And I also want to road this tile as well, the copper. Our territory would be so much neater if Freddy were to die. No, Frederick's a Christian, is a fellow Christian brother. We can't attack him. He's our friend. Alright. We should be able to get reasonably close here. Alright. Gallic Warrior. Gallic Warrior. We'll get some nice overflow from these whips too. Wait, this can build it in 3 turns? Okay, well, no need to whip then. You can just straight up build it in 3 turns. Like, it's going to take a couple turns for these other ones to walk up there anyway. Although, no, we'll get a lot of overflow, so why not? Oh, it's only a 1-pop whip? Never mind then. It's an inefficient whip. Yeah, because it'll take, like I said, it'll take a couple turns to get up there anyway. Okay. So Gallic Warrior done. I can almost immediately finish another one, so let's do that. Yeah, 2 turns. This is basically gets me a pair of Gallic Warriors, and then we'll go back to peaceful stuff after that. So, since Link Mario Samus is still here, just since I know you're going to request it anyway, here's the view. Oh, we even got a free spread in our little city. So there you go. If you want the front view, let's spin this around. There we go. They've got all the like Celtic, turn off the resources, the Celtic like body paint. Anyway. Woo. Okay, so road. Oh, apparently that's where the land ends over there. And same thing here, I'll just use this for a pair of the Gallic Warriors. Instead of one or the other, just get a pair of them. They can, because they're going to be needed down here as well, and frankly the odds are I'm probably going to lose some of them attacking. Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on this galley. Like I said, Frederick is probably landing some settlers on this island. The AI is not great at expanding over water, but it can do it. But we'll try to grab what we can. Alright, so hooking up the copper. Finally have that city. Alright, so you guys need to come down here. Doing like this ridiculous dog and pony show to connect up these resources. So yeah, if I can get the 2 barb cities, that would get me... So I have what? 2, 4... I have 7 cities now, which is not a ton. But the 2 barb cities would get me to 9. A city on the island would get me to 10. That's hopefully enough to be competitive. Need to see if there's any stuff on the northern island. So Augustus got a great profit. I hope that he does not light bulb theology tech. That would be bad. The one I'm researching right now. It's a distinct possibility that he light bulbs this and founds the religion, which would be bad because he would be tempted to switch to that religion. If I'm lucky, he'll just use it for a golden age or a super specialist like a moron. Golden Age is fine if the human like times it at a smart moment, but the AI is not going to be able to do that. I'm hoping he doesn't use it for a light bulb to get that tech, because I'm really not far away from landing it myself. But like right now, he's very comfortably practicing my religion, but if he founds his own religion, he's very likely to switch to it someday, and then we would have some problems, because right now we've got that big +4 on faith. But fortunately the early game danger zone is kind of past now. Alright, I'm gonna hop on board that boat. And then get ferried over to the island. Yeah, my cities could definitely use growing to larger sizes. Apparently this is my top research city, which is funny, just the capital is so bad at research in this game. I really don't have a single good commerce city. That's part of the reason why tech has been lagging so much. Well, let's see if Tokugawa founds a religion here. I need to get a worker up here. Alright, now you can go back to doing something more peaceful. Let's see. Nope, no religion founded, so that's good news. Religion is still there. That's what I was worried about. So Valley of Kells has now popped its borders. Just about gotten to that pigs tile. So, yep, we've just roaded this tile. Now here, we'll move here, road this tile, chop the granary, and then we'll be at the pigs finally. Alright, what's the fastest way to get here? So 2/3 odds currently with no promotions. So as I said, I expect to lose some units, but if I can get a few Gallics up there, at least get these initial 4 up there. See what happens. All right, so we have that connected. I want 2 workers up here to work on some of these cities. Like, there's some need for some worker labor up here in the north. And then you can come down here to the south where, I mean, you can either, if I can get a city on that island, I'm going to need someone to be ferried over there. All right. So that should keep Freddy in our religion for the time being. Looks like Alex doesn't have that much stuff, and he probably won't get a lot of Buddhism spreads if he's currently at war with Tokugawa. By the way, what's the current relationship between them in terms of power? Looks like Alex is stronger. All right, so it can hop on that board that ship next turn. All right, so we've scouted around the whole outside of the island. All right, now we've got that settler done. Head on down. And I might just build another settler afterwards, because I want to get, I think there's room for 3 cities on that island. Yeah, it's only 4 turns. Let's do it. Might as well try to get control of that. It's going to be brutal in terms of maintenance costs, but land is land. As I said, I think the first priority, well, we'll see. If I could pick any spots, probably maybe these 2. I don't know. We'll see we'll see if Freddy unloads something here. We can work around him. He might just be exploring though. Okay, temple. He better not have completed. Okay, I was like, he better not have completed that in the border city in Antium. He did not, fortunately, because he's actually has a lot of culture here. He's been slowly winning the battle here. I guess 4 culture per turn is not enough to hold this tile. So where's the best place to ferry these units? Probably from like this tile right here. Because if the galley's here and it loads 1-2, then it can unload immediately thereafter. Did the ivory ever get improved? No, I haven't improved the ivory yet. That's a long-term project as well. I'm not really hurting for happiness at the moment. All my cities are more limited by their growth than by amount of food than by happiness. But I agree that is also something I should improve with time. Anyway, let's keep you over here, because if we settle that city, we're going to want that tile. I think this city needs, yeah, I would like to work this tile, or improve this tile next, so I can drop that tile for the time being. It'll improve the food output and then also speed that up. We still need to get some missionaries over to Portugal someday. All right, so what do we have left to explore? Well, there's more territory down here, so I guess this this scout should turn around and head in that direction. Now that we made it all the way down here. All right, I'm just curious if there's going to be like a settler unloading here from Frederick or not. My own settler is where? Here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can load up at Berlin. See, I knew he was going to ask me this, and I feel like I have to say no. See, unfortunately it ticks me down to cautious with him, but oh, there's copper on the interior. Okay, well that makes this, that makes this city the top priority then, I think. I think that makes this the strongest spot. I mean, we'll know next turn, because we'll be able to move the scout next turn. Yeah, we can get a pickup next turn. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and this galley can move here, hop on board, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, and we can then unload almost immediately thereafter. Yeah, we should be able to get that spot. Hey Gaffer, I'm glad you managed to catch this live. Unfortunately, we are almost done for today. I was just trying to play up until I could confirm whether I get this religion or not. I mean, I'd like to keep going longer, but we're approaching 4 hours on the Civ stream now, and I do have other stuff to get done today. It's been fun though. The fact that this game was really, the fact that the game was frustrating has almost made it entertaining in a way. The fact that there were a lot of things that went wrong. Can we get it in 2 turns? All right, 2 turns. 2 turns. All right, and we finish that. So this city really does need to finish its library now, so that it can keep pace culturally, and hopefully not lose this tile. I'm worried that I'm going to lose that tile though, just because there's so much culture coming out of this Roman city, the stupid Roman city that had to build the Colossus and the Oracle in here, and a monastery too. Great, and it built a Christian monastery too. Great, wonderful. Sites, but like the world's most cultured city right next to me. Well, I have the world's most cultured city, but that's number 4 on the list, so I'm just like, great. Great. I might have to go into caste system and run artist specialist there. Yeah, it doesn't look like Frederick is loading up a galley with units there, so that's a plus. I might as well finish the barracks right now. Might as well. Although I would like you to work that cottage, even though it means you stop growing. I would like you to work that tile. Alright, you're just growing. Can I manipulate it so the theology religion pops? It'll pop up in a city that doesn't have a religion, so it will not pop up in that city. It's not possible. It'll always appear in a city that doesn't already have a religion. Oh, there's another Roman city on the coast there. Oh, here's where the battle's going on. I'm kind of glad I didn't agree to join that war, so I'm not at risk of getting killed in the fighting. I think you were just gonna hop on that fish. Alright, let's see if there's anything else in the center of this island. Nope, just a whole lot of floodplains tiles. Alright. I'm gonna load the worker first and come back for the warrior afterwards. Yeah, you can just hang out there for right now. Alright. So I'll probably send these initial attackers in. Like, I'm not expecting them to go 3 for 3. And then I've got 2 more warriors right behind them. Although, no, it probably makes more sense to wait. Yeah. We'll see. Attack at the end of the turn, and if it goes badly, then don't save it. That'd be kind of cheap, but... let's see. So we've entered the medieval era.
2 cities have been formed by 2 loves, the earthly by the love of self, the heavenly by the love of God.
So, now I've got the Apostolic Palace. Oh, look, so we do get a new religion. Chat, which religion do you want us to found? This religion is most likely not going to do anything, because we're going to be using our own religion for the most part. I will let chat pick which one of the 3 religions we should take. 1 vote for Confucianism. 1 vote for Judaism. 2 votes for Judaism. I'll let it run for like 10 more seconds. All right. Consensus for Judaism. So, no, we don't need theocracy. All right. So we invested quite a bit in picking that up. So we were going to go for Apostolic Palace and have some fun with it. But next up, currency. Definitely we want currency and code of laws because we need to improve the economy. That's the definite next thing to pick up. Why don't you work on a missionary for the time being? So Valley of Kells is the one that gets the religion. All right, so there's 1 barb art. You know what? We need to get. I should have moved a a sword or something down here. Let's whip the Gallic warrior. So we've got our free extra missionary here. Help to send back to the capital. Feed the missionary to... No, I'm not feeding the missionary to the barbs. All right, let's have you guys wait for a turn. I should have moved this guy around. Well, you know, if a barb archer attacks him and attacks out of the city and kills him, I'm actually okay with that because it removes a defender. Seriously, why would it jump away when there's 2 workers on the tile? Why would it jump to a different tile? Anyway, so here's another settler for heading down to the island. All right, the library is almost done, so we should finish that. But then we're just going to work on Apostolic Palace. Because we can do it in only 15 turns. Pretty sure we've got the wonder. Again, it's sacrificing a bit, but... yeah, instead of heading up here, why don't you head down to the south? To deal with potential barbs. Because we're going to need to hit that barb city too. I think we're okay. I think we've got... Well... you know what? I can double whip the Gallic warrior and overflow into Moai, so I'm okay with that. Okay, so now we can see the whole island. I'm a little shocked no barbarian cities popped up here. Alright, so I can unload here. I can unload on this tile. It doesn't matter because they can move there on the next turn. We'll come back to get that warrior. Now this city's... Alright, so let's just double check that this is where we want to plant the cities. This right here is the only tile that can grab the fish, so that there has to be a city on this tile. There's no choice. Down here, I could go here to get the fish tile. This would be a faster location, but it would miss out on some of these other tiles. Yeah, I think this dot maps the island pretty well. We get to work almost all of the tiles with these 3 spots. So I think that this is in fact where I want them to go. Just need to get 3 settlers for those spots. At least Valley of Kells will now finally be not just a money pit. Like, Valley of Kells has done nothing except eat a worker and cost maintenance thus far. Alright, I think the workboat just chills there. Borders will take a little while to expand, but it's okay. Oh, there's the extra missionary. Well, I'd love to get religion in these cities for sure. Believe me, I'd love to have a missionary here to pop the borders in a few turns, in 5 turns instead of 10 turns, but I don't have a missionary in place ready to go. Let's see, so, library. This city is just growing. Capital is about to start. Let's turn off research here. You're gonna finish that Gallic warrior, and then maybe get another missionary or two. What's our shrine up to, by the way? 16 cities, not bad. We have 33% of the world following our religion. No other religion's higher than 11%. Still have not been able to get missionaries over to the Portuguese yet, but I think someday we'll be able to. How many cities is he up to, by the way? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He's got 12. Okay, well we'll be at about 12 if we get this island settled. Also, we have the chance to capture these barb cities. So let's go ahead and save it here. I said we were going to play up until that religion was discovered. 129 turns. Boy, this was a bit frustrating at times, but it worked out okay. And then after we've saved it, we're sending in the boys. All right. One down. I feel like such a scumbag for attacking and then saving. I'm not sure if I want to push my luck much further here. We got one. Got one done. Did I actually win this one too? Oh man. Alright, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there because I want to be able to attack with those injured units next turn. Alright, so I'm going to stop there, and we'll take that city on the first turn of next week. Yeah, I was fully expecting that to just be a disaster, but no, we're getting our revenge on these barb archers. Anyway, so like I said, we'll pick it up there next time. So once again, thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you next week as we continue with part 2 of the Religious Celts game. Until then, have a good one. See you later, guys. Take care.